Mr. Vendetta, welcome
We
to the
are
show.
live.
That's right. It's good to be back.
Here at Consensus.
Welcome
EasyA.
back. Welcome back.
Jake, welcome back to the show.
As always,
200K in prizes.
yes, welcome
up for
back.
grabs. We're going to chat with some cool teams today. We got some interesting stuff as well. It's been really fun. Last 2 days, we had Accelerate yesterday. Before that was Consumer Day at the Lab Miami, the new headquarters for the Team USA.
No costume, no gloss, just the work in the frame. MCG in the feed, and the market know the name. Run it up.
All right. Hey guys. Sorry, the internet in here is kind of not great, but we're gonna try and make this work today, okay? Because we want to bring this live. There are teams that are currently actively hacking. Some of them are actually quite interesting, and
behind us.
some of them have some live tokens. So
Yeah.
we're pretty. So you guys done there? You want to hop in? All right. Yeah.
Maybe I'll give them this mic they can pass around and
Yeah.
share. You can be in the mid, or they can be side by side, huh?
Yeah, so we're actually gonna start with Dom and Phil here, and we will get the chairs shuffled so they can sit right in the middle here. Dom, hey, you can sit there.
I'll let you take this.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
Maybe talk about the tracks a little bit. I'm curious
Yeah.
to know all the tracks and stuff. But
Just remove that chair from the remove that chair. All right, guys, what is off? So yeah, guys, general vibe here, man. This is busy. Accelerate yesterday was very much like our industry, very Solana focused, but today Consensus is very broad. A lot of people I've talked to are just either holding BTC, they're fans, they either work in the industry, and then yesterday was very much Solana's focus, which was Accelerate. And there, everything from trading infrastructure, wallets, people building different GameFi stuff. There's so many different things that people are working on in the Solana group. I don't know, what did you think about Accelerate? The vibe was very like, it felt like you're at a rave, not a rave, but like an EDM concert.
yeah, it was really great. It's much more bright and institutional in here. At Accelerate, it was dark, more moody feeling.
Yeah.
Really great event though. I think they crushed it. I mean, in terms of more like fun, probably more fun than Consensus.
Yeah.
Consensus is more institutional. We got the hackathon going on, but nonetheless, I'm gonna go talk to Dom and Phil and get them subbed in, and Josh is gonna quick interview, guys. We got a really good event going on. 200K up for grabs, I believe, for a couple different tracks, hosted by Coinbase, brought to you by, let's see the sponsors: AWS, Coinbase, Seeker, CoinDesk. So some great sponsors here, but we'll let Dom and Phil kind of fill you in on that, help them get set up real quick.
Awesome, thank you. All right, I'm gonna use my badge, guys. It's the little mic holder. So 5 minutes. Only need 5 minutes with you guys. Good. Yeah, shout out to our sponsors, EasyA Kickstart for helping us get here. Collector Crypt, which has been on a tear. Oh my gosh, Collector and Crypt has absolutely been dominating in the trading cards and other kind of RWA space. Absolutely ripped from 8 mil to 40 mil now. Do they hit 40? Collector Crypt? Yeah, 40. So you saw that segment of Buddha, really cool. And then Trojan, of course, and Meteora. So
How about the new merch though?
oh yeah, the new fit. Like right here, we got MCG live on the fit. We got the Gem, Collector Crypt, Swarms, EasyA, Trojan, and Meteor, of course.
So a little shot on the back.
Yeah, a little shot of the back. Really simple, just Miami 2026, So that's what we're doing on the merch.
Love it. Markets have been looking good though. This has been a nice couple days for you guys back at home. So I haven't been tapped in, but some good stuff going on.
Hopefully you've been positioned nicely. Galaxy Digital hitting $31 from $17 on stream. Hyperliquid, $44. What else is going well? I mean, I've been so
Again, not
tapped
that
out, but like I've been
Bitcoin.
locked in here.
Bitcoin hit 82, right?
Yeah, 88 Solana. So, man, we're rolling these. We're rolling, guys. All right. Yeah.
Let's go.
Just waiting for the guys of the hour here. All right, let's see. We got
You good to go, boys? Yep. All right, cool. You guys can just sit down here, and Josh will let it
Crypto Jones, no stream yesterday. We've been locked in here, and Chill will be streaming today. All right, we got the guys of the hour here. Here's a mic that you can hand back and forth together using the old pad. All right. Welcome, guys. Hey, good setup here. Lots of builders. How you guys feeling about day 2 of the hackathon?
Been amazing. I mean, we've had nearly 1,000 builders check into the hackathon over the last sort of day or so, and now everyone's sort of stuck in building, deep in the weeds, going to showcase what they're building tomorrow. So yeah, really cool to see what everyone's building. Maybe Phil can talk a bit about what we're going to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 3-day hackathon, but the hackathon is really a launch pad, right? And that's why we built Kickstart as the natural evolution of that, because we've had projects come out of here and then go on to be worth billions of dollars afterwards.
Yeah.
So we're just excited to see the next evolution of that come to life. Yesterday, we had the big announcement from A16Z, $2.2 billion fund, Horn Capital, Horn as well, so Katie Horn.
Yeah.
She's announced her $1 billion fund as well. And a number of other funds have now announced that they have a ton of fresh capital to deploy into the ecosystem, because they know that now is the time. Like, we have all the tech. The market doesn't necessarily reflect that yet. And they're just raising all this dry powder to go big.
Yeah, and it feels like the idea coin kind of niche is really great, because you can come here, think of an idea, start working on it, put that idea out to the world, test it in the marketplace and see what sticks, and then iterate on it beyond that. Is that how you guys think of the Launchpad right now and the teams that have launched?
Yeah, and it's actually evolved since then as well. So we have teams who have actually integrated utility into their tokens. So for example, some of the ones that have launched recently, Chainlens, Praxis, we also have Watson, who's building high AI. These guys have built in utility into what their token will be able to do as well. So in a similar way to how you would buy a ticket to a museum, or tokens, for example, to use OpenAI or Anthropic to use their actual inference, you could use their tokens in order to actually do stuff. So I'm excited to catch up with more of the teams. We've been catching up with them yesterday as well, to see how they start to integrate that more and more into their projects, especially as they start to bring them really, really to life.
March 26th, we had the first investor demo day. It went great. We had 5 teams on, 6 teams maybe.
Yeah.
And then since then, you've had Synapse do really well, and some of the other teams have gotten some traction. How's it been in your first kind of month live in the market with a Launchpad product? It's worked quite well.
Yeah, it's been incredible. I mean, we've had, I think, well over $5 million in volume already in the last couple of weeks. And, you know, things are really picking up. We actually bumped into Orangey yesterday, and some of his friends were already talking about Kickstart, and they were like, oh yeah, you know, like Kickstart's the better believe. So yeah, it's definitely resonating with people and really showing people what can actually be done on chain if you do it the right way. And of course, you know, in-person events like these, where we get people in person launching amazing projects, there's nothing really like it. You know, you can't replicate the same thing if you only operate online. You have to have things like these demo days in person, where all these amazing developers can actually present in front of VCs, and, you know, at Consensus is the best place to do so. So yeah, it's been very exciting, and we've had amazing traction so far amongst both traders and also founders.
Yeah, and Believe left a really big hole in the market, and they had got notable because they attracted the kind of Web2 teams that everyone wanted to trade beyond meme coins. It looks like you guys have an amazing funnel of bright young talent, some with amazing credentials, well-educated. How do you guys think and look at the kind of startup talent coming through right now?
Oh yeah, and I think like people can maybe see in the live stream, but we have behind us hundreds and hundreds of developers, the world's best developers. We have developers actually standing right behind this camera who I think are going to be on next.
They're on in a
They've
minute.
flown in from Korea to be here. Super correct developers. We have developers who are just down here as well, who have come in from UIIC. So that's Toli's alma mater. That's where he went to university as well. So like the creme de la creme of builders. And we have, of course, graduates. One actually guy just sitting at the end as well. He's a PhD from Tokyo University. Actually built one of the first, I believe it was one of like the first payments or crypto patents. So really, really cool. Maybe it's Satoshi. No, not sure. We'll see. But incredible. And you're right. We just have this incredible pipeline of developers. Just the other week as well, we hosted a great launch together with Stanford Crypto. Some very, very cool teams who are excited about Kickstart. So we are currently really looking at how do we bring them to Kickstart in terms of like the way that will add the most value to the community and also to them. But they're very, very excited to launch. So that's what we're working on. And I think, look, this is really, really just the very beginning. Like, believe you mentioned it was scratching the surface of something, obviously didn't pan out, but we've been chatting with some incredible people, incredible founders. And ultimately, I think that what this ecosystem needs is it's great assets.
Yeah.
And these great ideas from great founders ultimately being more things that will actually add a lot of value as opposed to just, you know, the run of the mill things that go up and go down.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, great ideas and great assets.
I was talking to a young founder last night, right out of university in San Francisco, building some cool things on AI. He was just he had a little ETH, had a little Bitcoin, but he only thought I can only go to the private investors and the VCs and the the X or Y Combinator to get funding. He didn't really understand this world of idea tokens and kind of on-chain fundraising in a way. Like, what would you say to a young founder today to kind of get them over that line and say, hey, this is the right way to do it, the right mode?
Well, I mean, the best place to launch your idea today is Kickstart. So it enables anyone to basically launch their idea, get funded from day one, and continue getting funded through creator fees in different ways, all the way up to, product launch and beyond. So really, it's the best way to bootstrap your idea, to really enable you to actually do it yourself without having to go to VCs. Most people in the world don't even end up raising from VCs. That's, maybe a very small percentage of the world who actually start their companies thanks to VC funding. Obviously, those are the ones that make the headlines. So everyone thinks in the end that, everyone has raised from VCs. But really, 90 plus, I think even 95% plus of businesses are really bootstrapped and, get funding from family and friends, et cetera, to get started and then end up growing and generating revenue through that. So Kickstart's even easier than that. You don't even have to ask your friends. Anyone can go on there. You can launch. You can keep people updated on X, build your community, and actually really, it puts the power back into the average builder's hands, honestly.
Yeah.
You don't have to have your fate determined by VCs and by all these third parties, because ultimately they will also force you to do things you don't want to do. So many companies have been taken down by VCs and pivoted and, forced to do things they don't want to do. And you want to keep control of your own company, especially in crypto, which is the whole ethos behind the space.
200K hackathon here today. What's the process for what happens in the next day? Team comes through, highly promising. Are they getting a grant and then go on and launch tokens? Some of them have live tokens. Can you just give me an idea of what we can expect tomorrow?
Great question. So we have some of the teams who already have a live token on Kickstart. Some of the teams don't. We have the Solana team here, the Coinbase team, and the Amazon Web Services team all here, and they will all be helping to judge the projects. Solana will be giving prizes to the best teams that they select for their track. So they are giving out Seeker tokens, actually. We then have Coinbase and AWS who have teamed up to give teams a really significant number of AWS credits to help with their backend infrastructure. And then Coinbase also have cash prizes. And of course, just being connected with the Coinbase team is incredible. So that's what we can expect. We also will be backing the best teams at EasyA as well via different mechanisms that we have available, connecting them up with different people. And ultimately, I think, look, the money is one thing, but ultimately also they're in the room with some of the biggest people in Web3. We have, speaking at Consensus, Brad Garlinghouse. We have CZ tuning in virtually. We have the two Trump brothers as well. Like this is where it's all happening, and then totally just one floor above. I know a couple of people were chatting with them. Mert, all of these people.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Well, good luck on the rest of the show. We're going to have teams on right here. We got the first team right behind us. They're going to be coming on. Really excited to see how tomorrow goes. So
cool.
thanks
a lot,
for,
guys.
thanks
for having us on the show. And these guys are really, really cool. They've flown it all the way in from Korea.
Yes.
And they have some special t-shirts that they've made as well. I'm excited for you guys to see those.
Thank you. Awesome. Thanks, Jonathan. All right, guys, you ready to go? All right, team number 1 up. GM, guys, hey, stream is not great quality just because the internet connection here today, but we are going to make the most of it and try and put on a little bit of context. All right, so I'm actually going to pull up your EasyA profile real quick. I know this is not you. Just let me go to the next one. So we'll get you live here in a second. So this is you guys here.
Yeah, challenge.
All right. So I'm going to throw Lens on real quick, just so everyone knows what project you guys are from. All right, guys. So I'm going to share this for like 1 minute, just so you can see it on screen. Go ahead and do some research on this team here if you want to. Go find them on EasyA Kickstart. This is their profile here, Chain Lens. Do you guys want to give us just like 2-second overview of, you guys flew in from Korea, you're building Chain Lens. Give me what's going on here. Names, where you guys came from, and what university you went to.
My name is Hojin Ray, and I'm in Hongik University in Korea, and I'm co-founder of Chainland.
Yes. What are you studying?
My major is computer engineering.
You're engineering.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I am also co-founder of Chainland. My name is Juho Lee, and also the student at entering the Hongik University. My major is computer engineering, and we both of us are at the last year of our university to graduate. We're soon graduating next year.
Nice, exciting. Well, congrats on that. So you started Chain Lens. What is Chain Lens doing, and what problem are you solving?
So, for now, there, like the X402 protocol of Coinbase, there are a lot of payment rail or systems are popping up from all of the ecosystem, crypto ecosystem, and if this goes this way for a longer, the agents can pay on the HTTP protocol, but they cannot know what they are paying for, and that the thing that they paid for actually works. So we make like the verification and the trust layer for all of the agent commerce. And especially in the commerce, we verify whether a certain API is giving the right data, and if it's not something, the attack like prompt injection, and we are gonna curate all the APIs in our marketplace about according to the trust score.
Yeah.
Where it just goes up when they operate the right API. And
this is one of the most important parts of this commerce system, because if you don't have trust in the system, it's hard for market participants to spend and buy and do things, right? Which is the agents themselves.
Yes.
So you guys are solving a very key problem here. Now, so if I understand it correctly, a service can call your API and understand that this agent is legitimate or this merchant is legitimate. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And how are you curating this? What data points or metrics do you use to build those trust lists or the list of trusted agents?
For now, all the APIs listed on our marketplace started with the like 100% the trust score, and it goes down when they got some trouble.
Okay.
If they don't, if they are not active all time, like 24/7, and if they try some attack like prompt injection, and we detect it, we cut their trust score, and also if they omit some field of their API, like the buyer wants some uncertain field of the API is the core field that he really wants, but if they omit that field of the API, it also leads to the cutoff of their trust score. So yeah, for now we are just a little simple logic of the trust score, but as soon as it gets, the time passes, we are going to develop it more complete. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so you have this in what state? Are you still building it, or were you working on this before the EasyA hackathon, or did you start it today? Kind of what state is the project in today?
Yeah, actually we started to get this idea into the real world, like developing it in our code. We started it about 3 months ago, and first we focused on the marketplace. At the top of the market, we just had to be the marketplace that any agents can freely sell and buy their API.
Got it.
But as soon as time passed, we realized that the Explorer 2 already solving the payment rail problem. So we focused on the trust.
Yeah.
If they are free to sell and buy something all along, then the prerequisite of every transaction must be the trust, and the trust cannot be accomplished easily. So we thought we need a protocol layer for this trust. So from the just a simple API marketplace, we made it evolve into the trust layer with the trust score or the guarding logic. Yeah.
So you've been working on it for a few months beforehand. Is it live today, or is it still in development marketplace?
It's for now it's just live on base Sepolia testnet.
Yeah.
Live.
Okay.
But we are gonna soon, in a month, we are gonna deploy it in the mainnet.
So you're going to deploy in mainnet. Now, in the testnet phase, are third-party developers able to already plug into some of these tools, or what is the call to action for developers to use your product, or agents to use your network?
Yeah, for agents, the standard entry point is the NCP server that we made.
Okay.
The Chainledge MCP, we have deployed it into the NPM registry, so they can download it everywhere. And also, if the user is the developer or someone who wants to integrate our code into their program, they can use our CLI and SDK.
Got it.
We also made it.
Maru asks, are you guys crypto native? What is your background with digital assets?
Actually, we are not crypto native. We started our career with Web 2 development.
Yeah.
Because our major is computer engineering. We learned about computer science and like computer architecture or the data structure. So we try to build something that help people do something. And in our third grade, we took a course called blockchain. The name of the course is blockchain, and we were very surprised that there is how come in the world there is some technology like this in the world. So we thought it was very fascinating, and that turns us into like crypto native.
Yeah, I have to say, the Korean stock market is on absolute fire right now. The index, guys, go look at the Korean index. I don't even know what the index's name is, but it's gone from like 1,600 or 2,000 to like 6,000 or something like that. a 3x, mostly on the demand for memory chips for data processing. So a lot of stuff happening in Korea. Do you have a native kind of community of builders or users in Korea, or are you building this for, you know, a specific marketplace like the US or Europe, et cetera? How do you see your users? Where are your users coming from?
For now, we are not setting some limit of the country or the users as in their background. We are also US, Korea, and all of the world. We are thinking for that now. And there's also some people who helped us build this project, and it's Blockchain and Yonsei. It's the academic club. We participate in Korea, and also the Ninja Labs Korea is the academic community of the chain injective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So South Korea is really crushing it on the hardware side. Their companies are doing well, Samsung's doing well, et cetera. When you guys go back home, do you see synergies locally there? Like, are there investors there that might be interested in what you guys are doing? How do you think of your local Korean kind of market playing into the success of your business?
Actually, a lot of the financial company and also, like you said, the hardware company like Samsung or LG, as we know, they are trying to put their feet in this crypto ecosystem. So they are very willing to. I think they are willing to contact us, not soon, but in 3 or 5 years.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know, even 3 or 5 months, right? You know, we operate on a monthly time frame here. You know, they say if your roadmap is 3 months long, it's too long, right? Because the world's changing so fast. Talk to me a bit about the Lens token. So you launched this token. When did you launch it?
We launched it about
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. Yes. Okay. So it's in 3 weeks ago. How do you think about the token? And it's okay. I know it's if you're not crypto native, it takes a little bit to understand how it's going to play into your business. But do you see it playing a role in the network, as in it's, you know, some part of collateral that agents might hold or something, and if they do something bad, it's taken away from them? Like, how do you think about the token in your business?
Yeah, we are for now not that complex. We are not considering some complex usage of our token, but about 2 usage. The governance, minimal governance, and the staking of the seller slash if the seller do something wrong.
So the token may be used as a security mechanism for sellers if they do something wrong through a slashing mechanism, as an example, right?
Yeah, as an example.
And there might be some future use cases that pop up, but you know, as you know, you're under development. Okay. That's good. Yeah, that was just me confirming what I said. No, you're doing great. You're doing great, by the way. Good job, guys. And thank you. And welcome to the US. Is this your first time in the States?
Yeah.
Awesome. What do you think of the States and conferences like this?
Very beautiful and fun.
All right. You like warm weather in Miami?
Yeah, very warm. And I think it's very fit to my
yeah, you like it?
my body.
All right. Definitely, Maru says definitely Korean corporations trying to adapt crypto much faster than Japanese. I'm seeing that. Okay, here we go. So what uniquely qualifies or qualities you to take an agent payment so basically, what uniquely qualities you to take on agent? So basically what Crypto Jones is asking here is what unique skill set do you guys have to really kind of be successful in this area? Have you worked with AI before, or, you know, you said you're kind of new to crypto, but yeah, talk us through a bit about your kind of unique skill set that you think is helpful for this business.
We
You can say great developers too. We are very good developers.
I want to be, but to be honest, we are not that great developer. Like we don't have skills that we learned from our university, but we have our experiences. We have been hacked by some hackers.
Yeah.
We got attacked.
Yeah.
So after the attack, we try to find some way to guard them or to avoid their attack or make it powerless. So we are still learning about some cybersecurity on our own.
Yeah.
So that our experience and it becomes our energy to learning fast about cybersecurity, and I think that's our unique power to
outsmart everyone else.
Yeah.
All right.
Verify the agent.
I love it. So you're verifying agents because you're mastering cybersecurity and you're outsmarting the attackers and maybe going on the counterattack, you know?
Yeah.
Attack them back. No, I'm kidding. All right, guys. Well, it was really nice to meet you. I think you've given the audience a good idea of what you're working on. And, my feedback to you guys is just like a lot of information on X, tweet about what you're doing, your ideas, your plans. And I think people will really like hearing those frequent updates. And good luck. And Korea is a very exciting area for AI right now. And your market is showing it. So good luck.
Thank you.
Awesome. It's good to see you. Good to see you. So guys, that's Chain Lens. Really quick, I'm going to pop Chain Lens back up on screen here so you guys can see who we're talking about. No, I don't. Great young talents. Yeah, look, guys, at the end of the day, EasyA, I think where they're really carving their niche as a launchpad is really focusing on those early talent. And these guys are going to come through and they're going to build successful business. Some of them will pivot. Some of them will be very successful. And I think it's on us as investors to kind of see what the talent's out there, what they're building, and how it'll impact the world. So, all right. Yeah, man, absolutely. You were on our stream. Yeah. Hey, nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm Josh. Isaac.
You were both on there, right?
We were both on there. Yeah. All right.
Gotta make sure the merge fund is visible. Hold on.
All right, merge fund. You got it. And then when you hold the mic, you got to hold up the Josh name badge here. We're just going to flip this around. Sorry if that feedback came through, guys. There we go.
Hold it right.
There's the name badge. All right, merge fund. What's going on, guys?
We're good. We're in Miami right now. We're building at the Consensus Hackathon.
Yeah.
Been traveling a lot too.
Yeah.
With people and
Yeah, we were just in SF last week pitching some investors. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, we were just in SF last week pitching some investors. We were invited on Sunday. Like, all right, when do you want us to come? I was like, all right, tomorrow, Monday. We're like, all right. We booked a flight at 12 a.m. for a flight at 4 a.m. to go to Boston, which is like an hour away from us. They're like, all right, we're there. We're moving. Always
That's
on the move.
right.
Been fun.
What was that plug and play? I don't know if you guys know plug and play. That's what we were demoing.
Is it a like an incubator or what's plug and play?
Plug and play is like a tech center, but they also do investments too.
Got it.
So that's where we were demoing. I plug and play the center, and now we're here in Miami. We're excited. Yeah.
When I remember last time, you were creating a platform where people could bring product ideas to it, and then you guys had a community of developers that were basically fulfilling that and working on those ideas and then getting paid. Is that am I still correct in that business model, or have you guys pivoted or changed? Or
No, absolutely correct. We tie outcomes, pay for outcomes, not hours. That's our basis.
Okay. So it's kind of like, I want to say, to give people a comparison, would be maybe like a Fiverr or...
Yeah.
So where do you guys feel like you're building something unique that's different than kind of those
Like
other
Fiverr.
platforms?
So with a platform like Fiverr, I don't know if any of you've used it or you've tried to freelance on it. If you're someone who wants something built, you have to go out and find a developer, right? You look through their portfolio, see if they got stuff that you like. Then you have this back and forth of talking before work finally starts. Maybe a week of back and forth.
Inefficient.
Bad communication. A lot of these guys, different time zones, right? You have to text them at 4 a.m. or it's just bad, inefficient, takes long. So with us, it would be almost like you go to an agency, but a fraction of the cost. You go, we handle everything. The developers are all vetted, they're all NDA'd. These are all developers with a portfolio, with a past that can do the work. And everything's handled for you, simpler, faster, and you're not paying for engineers to sit around and get coffee on an hourly basis. You're only paying for your outcome.
Right. And who's the talent typically on your platform? So who's on the other side? I'm a person, I got $20,000 trying to build a product. Who's fulfilling that on the other side? Do I see who that is? Do I know who they are? Are they, students? Are they experienced developers? Give me a lowdown of who that is.
Yeah, I can explain that. Yeah, so it's anyone who is a developer can apply to our talent network. Okay. They're then vetted. We look through their open source contributions. They're vetted and interviewed, and then
work history.
Exactly. Then they're onboarded. And once you've proven that you can do the work, you're onboarded. We have 2 layers. So we have like open source and closed source. So you build your reputation through the open source stuff, and then you can get in the closed talent network. So any developer who has the skills can join our platform.
Do you have something to add there? Or?
Yeah. So other than the human layer, we're also building our agent layer. So it works as local AI agents running on your device.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, this is the future of compute in general. Like Cloud Mythos has shown that it's finding bugs developers haven't found in 20 plus years. So we need to change how we're developing and having these local AI agents. Like right now we're talking, we could be making money as our computer is submitting PRs on our behalf, on our platform. That's what we're chasing the future.
I like it. I would love for MCG to be building something and making money right now while I'm streaming. So,
absolutely.
No, very cool. So talk to me about, you launched on March 26th. Were you working on the business? You were working on the business before that though, right?
Yes,
yeah.
Okay. When did you launch it before that?
So the actual business?
Yeah.
So we came together and started last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we've been like pivoting and moving around.
At Harvard.
Yeah, so we started at Harvard Blockchain,
Harvard Blockchain.
Yeah, we've been pivoting and moving around, and now we're at the spot that we're at now, the idea that we're at now,
Right, so you've locked in the idea, you had the token bonded in and around March 26th after the MCG EasyA Hackathon when we did the first investor demo day, which was great, by the way. And then now you're we're here in May. It's been a couple of months or 6 weeks or so. How has the business evolved since? Have you, closed some deals? Has people used the platform? Talk to me a bit about the revenue or customer acquisition side, how that's been going.
Yeah, right now we're working with a few startups. One is actually in the accelerator as well. We're building something for them. And in addition to that, we're also hosting events. So next week in Boston and Providence, we're hosting a pitch event where developers can pitch their idea, and we're going to take the best pitches and actually build them out on our platform to expand. Like for everyday people that may not have developing experience, they may just want to build something. They don't know where to start. Also, just getting them through.
Yeah, we would pay for the development for them.
Okay.
For the winners, and they also get like a cash prize as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, like you said.
So what happens? Successful product launches through Merge. Is it Merge Fund, right?
Yeah.
Is there like some case study that you guys can point to after that, or do you guys maybe take a stake in that launching? Are you incubating projects, or is it just strictly on development? It's that engagement. This is the scope, and then once it's done, it's done. Have you guys thought further on, or just on the development itself?
So we haven't thought necessarily that far yet, but we've been thinking about an aspect to where it's almost like what's the word? GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And you post your project. Well, you get a link. You go on Merge Fund. You get a link for your project. You can post it. People can donate to you, and that money can get be used for engineering.
Got it.
For as in like what you were talking about, like later terms after engineering, we haven't thought too much about that yet. Yeah, so we're still trying to focus right now on the core problem, and then we'll keep trying to expand it.
Awesome, guys. Any other updates you wanna drop, or anything you want to tell the audience?
We're raising. We're raising
right now. Yeah, we're trying to raise our pre-seed round right now. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Any details public that you want to share about that?
We have some. Yeah, we're in some talks.
We're in some talks, but how much are you raising? Yeah.
So we've been trying to raise $1 million.
A milli?
Yeah, so that's what we've been going to these demo days. What we've been pitching. That's what we've been saying we're raising for. And yeah, we're in some talks. So hopefully they go.
What's use of funds? You get an investment like that. Where do you spend it?
Yeah. So with a product like ours, there's a two-side. It's like a two-sided marketplace almost. So there's like we need to be able to seed liquidity. So start early companies who would pay for their engineering. To get companies on a platform. So then we can also get engineers on the platform. They need work too. So right now, like for example, we only have 2 projects right now. There's only so many engineers to work on those 2 projects. So only so much money can go through. But once we have the money flowing through the ecosystem, we can have tons of projects. Like for example, with Uber started, they seeded a bunch of stuff. You know, like any two-sided marketplace, you need liquidity. It's hard with a two-sided marketplace.
Of course. Well, good luck in your raise, guys. And I think what's your X handle? Merge
Fund Co.
Merge Fund Co. on X. All right. We'll tee that up and we'll get an overlay on there so people know what's up. But hey, it's good to see you guys. Keep going, okay?
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. So that was Lens and Merge Fund Co. Merge Fund was on our first show, actually. Back in March 26th, they initiated their token. So let me actually pull up Merge Fund. All right, this is Merge Fund. All right, right here. Okay. All right, awesome. Hey, Teresa, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, you can say here. I'm Josh. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Teresa Kennedy. So, guys, here's Merge's chart. So you can go find their token. Merge on EasyA, Kickstart. They have a demo video there, as well as their socials and website. That's where you can find them. All right, I'm here with Teresa, so we're gonna get cracking with Teresa. Teresa, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. All right, I got you here a mic that you can hold just like that. Teresa, tell me a little bit about what you're working on.
Sure. So I'm not new to EasyA. This is my second time. I came a couple years ago in Austin, and I won on a fantastic project. I am the founder of the Black History Down, the Black History Foundation, a 501c3. Today, I'm working on something fun.
Okay.
I'm an Atlantic City girl, around casinos, grew up around Trump. My mom worked for him.
Hey, I've been to Atlantic City before.
Have you?
There's a few casinos there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a casino girl, and I've always wanted to see Black women represented in casino slot machine games.
Awesome.
And so I'm bringing that to the Solana Seeker cell phone. So I coded a culturally themed that honors ancient Black women. My degree is in African archaeology from Vanderbilt, and I just wanted to integrate my background, my passion, in with something fun that I could iterate and create on the fly here, and make something that anybody can just go in and engage in and see our representation in the phone. So I'm here to represent.
Awesome.
And it's a social game. It's free to play for anyone that has the Solana Seeker cell phone.
Yeah.
It can also be accessed online.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited to have something that, just my image.
It's yours.
My imagery, me.
There you go.
In a beautiful game
Yeah.
to play and have fun with.
Did you work in the casino industry in Atlanta?
In Atlantic City.
Atlantic City, sorry.
I never worked in the casino industry myself. However, my entire family, from the inception of casinos back decades ago, have always from my grandmother, my mother, my cousins, my family, my aunts and uncles, they all worked in various aspects of the casino industry.
Okay, awesome. So you're launching a slot machine game on the Seeker phone, which I think will be very popular. People love those. And if you guys remember, Facebook actually became very popular a decade ago for having these type of games on their platform as mini games. So this is a mini game on the Solana Seeker. slot machine game, and when people open it, what will they see on the app? Like what do they do with the game?
So when they open the app, they'll be able to spin. They'll get bonus tokens that they can use for spinning. And as they play and spin, they can purchase additional tokens if they want, but they'll get free ones each day and bonuses to play for free. But if they really want to get into the game and play higher betting and play more, they can purchase additional tokens to be able to do that. And then over time, I want to build in experiences and things that people can engage in and do, and prizes that people can win based off of how many tokens they find.
Awesome. And do you have a token yet for this project live on EasyA Kickstart?
It is going to be launched as a part of this hackathon, so look for it soon.
Awesome. Okay, is there an X handle that people can follow to get notified of when that happens?
Yes, I am Teresa, TheresaV Kennedy, on X, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook. That's how you'll find me.
Okay, awesome. So Teresa Kennedy, token coming soon, slot machine game on the Solana Seeker with some really cool lore and background that is yours. And
historical. It's going to be
historical.
Serious. So
Series. Yes, tell us about that.
Yes, I love that. So the Star Sirius, the Star Sirius, so Sirius plot. The Kemetic goddess Seshet is where the Greeks got the term seven, which is used in lucky sevens used in the gaming industry.
777 has that Greek mythology in it.
And it goes
I didn't know that.
African women who were scribes and later on through mythology carried on this magical mysticism to them. And even the story of Cinderella goes back to these women in Africa. And so the pyramids are actually aligned to the Sirius star system, that and not only just pyramids in Africa, but also mounds in America. And so this alignment that marked the inundation of the Nile was important to mound building cultures or people of color, and not on both continents, and then eventually worldwide. And so going back to who the ancient Kemetic people wrote in their hieroglyphs, who were the people who wrote about these astronomical things that they used to put the corners of the pyramids on, was a woman, the title of Sesh, which is the sound that the paintbrush makes when it hits the papyrus, Sesh. Which means she who scrivens or she who writes. So I include the imagery of this in the slot machine game, and to hope that people to kind of recognize where do we get back to the number 7 and the division of time. So the bonus rounds goes into and takes people into these divisions of time in the cosmos and in astronomy, and bringing that into the place of here, but in a fun way.
I am learning stuff, guys. I had no idea about the 777 on all right.
Or she who writes, the inventor of the hieroglyphs.
That is super cool, and I could trust me. I could go down a rabbit hole about the pyramids. I think they're so cool, and I think very fascinating that they've lined them up with the stars. That's a really good story. I think people, a lot of slot machines, it's about storytelling too and entertaining people. So, Teresa, great luck for that. Is there anything last you want to leave the people with?
I'm a person who took computer science in college and in high school, but never became like a coder. I was always just really focused on my history, and to be able to come to a hackathon and get mentorship and learn. I just want to really encourage people, particularly diverse people who may be scared of this type of thing, and the term hack. Really is a place to learn and kind of take your visions out and just experiment and create things. So I really appreciate the opportunity, and I hope people like the game that I created today.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Teresa. It was really nice to meet you. Good luck.
You.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. That was Teresa making a casino game on the Solana Seeker phone with really cool lore. Guys, I learned about the 777 today. I had no idea. All right, guys, we have a really sick sick drone company here. Oh, perfect, guys. That is so awesome. This thing's not going to start up, right, in our face.
No,
It's good. No battery attached.
The battery has been left at our school. Yeah.
All right, guys. You guys know on MCG that we love physical drone products. We love physical drone companies. This is one of our big theses around defense and exciting things happening. So this here is Praxis. I'm actually just going to pull them on screen so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about here. So this is Praxis right here on EasyA. Is it PRX?
Yes.
Yep. PRX is the ticker. I'm just going to adjust this real quick. All right, so show us what's on the table here. What is this drone? I mean, I think a lot of people have seen these factories in Ukraine and other parts of the world where drone manufacturing is happening in basements, happening in small facilities. What are you guys building here? And tell me about this product.
So this is really a test bench for us. This drone, we started building it back in February. We got it done in about a week. I think really it took more time waiting for the components to arrive from China. What you can see on top of the drone is it's a Raspberry Pi that's mounted. That is what allows us to perform any computations, and that's where our computer vision algorithm is being run.
And where's the eyes? Where's the sensor package go here
so right
for this?
Now, we have a relatively primitive what is called an Ardu cam. That is what you see here. However, we have a more advanced sensor that is currently at our university. We just couldn't bring it because it's so expensive, so we were concerned about the transportation.
Okay, so you can you have what kind of sensor package is it? Will it be infrared? Will it be just visible spectrum?
So right now, and then that's all we have here.
Yeah.
But there's more at our university.
Okay, great. So the Raspberry Pi is really the brains. It's powering the vision model that you have on this device. What is the purpose of that model? What is it tracking in the physical world?
It performs object detection, and then what it also does is we're able to select a target and essentially track that target. So even if the drone is, let's say, flying above some trees, for example, if it loses sight of the target, it's okay, because once it regains sight of the target, it will lock back onto that individual or car.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. I understand. And so how does the model work itself? Like, is it needing connectivity to the internet to run the model, or is it kind of have that last mile ability to find a target and go to a target without any sort of connection to the internet?
It's really cool because we were able to get it to work fully offline, actually.
Okay.
It's fully offline. We are able to implement connectivity, and I guess the compute on that side of things, it would be more powerful and perhaps more accurate. However, we did perform testing and it works completely offline.
Okay, and maybe give me some idea around use cases here. I mean, we see a lot of fiber optic drones being used as the radio or RF drones are
in GPS denied areas.
Yeah, GPS denied areas, electronic warfare, all that kind of stuff. So they're using fiber optics. The purpose of this product here today?
Actually, a software first product. What we are building is a layer which allows any drone to become intelligent. Essentially, one of our use cases is military. Obviously, that's what you see in a token. But we realized in the last couple of days that we can power this technology. We can use this software that we are building on many kinds of drones. So we could power military applications, obviously. We can power wildlife rescue operations, like crime scenes, border patrol, like anything that requires you to get more intelligence out of what the drone is seeing. Because a drone can obviously be equipped with a lot of things. Obviously, camera is one. We can attach thermal vision, night vision. And when you get all these sensors giving you raw data, it's hard to make sense of it. So our software basically combines all the data and helps an operator who is operating the drone make better decisions and like really do tracking, state management, and all that stuff.
We've seen drones completely disrupt the military industrial complex around missiles and other defense packages. Drones are being used for interception, for detection, surveillance, all sorts of use cases. Development is going at light speed. You know, what kind of unique skill set or viewpoint do you guys have to develop this product? Like, what is kind of your vision for this platform?
So we began our drone project after we heard about Anduril's drone AI Grand Prix, and that's what we were working on before coming here. And the first round, is next month, and we've learned a lot about, I guess, the computer vision side of things, and then being able to operate in an environment where perhaps you're offline, and I guess kind of understanding the environment without a connection to a human.
Right, which is the critical part because it can fly autonomously, and if it's, typically drones had to have line of sight, or you would boost the signal, or we've seen models where the signal goes to a mothership and then it is further boosted onto other drones beyond it. Okay, that makes sense. Now, do you guys foresee this being used as a swarm or multiple drones that are coordinating with each other? Is that possible with this platform?
Yeah, so we're exploring many different ideas. Right now, our focus is the intelligence layer, which allows you to convert your drone into something which you can use to make better sense of all the data that's coming and make better decisions. But obviously, long term, we see ourselves working more on the hardware side, working on coordinated swarms or more autonomy. So yeah, that is definitely something which we want to work on long term. Right now, that is not high enough in our priority list.
Right. So there will be potentially some swarms compatibility with this, and they will coordinate with each other. Very cool. So tell me a bit about your business. So you have this one product here. How long have you been working on it for? Maybe give me an idea about your business broadly of Praxis, the company.
Right. So,
or the project. It might not be at the company phase just yet. But.
Yeah. So we obviously built this drone, like you mentioned, for the Anduril drone competition. We were working on drones before as well. Right now, our main product with Praxis is the software that I mentioned.
Right.
So our customers can range from anyone, like defense companies, defense startups, or surveillance companies, because we are that's what we have been calling ourselves. But we're almost inspired by Palantir in that sense. So Palantir basically allows you to they have this concept called ontology, which basically converts real world things into software representation. You can make objects, make links with them, perform actions. So that is what we're trying to power, which is whatever the drone sees can be converted into something that is more interactable and which can be used to make better decisions. So that's why our use case, our customers can range from defense startups, rescue companies, or surveillance companies. It could be many different systems which require drone-based intelligence.
Yeah, this intelligence is really critical because once it's on a platform like that, it becomes data, and data then can be fed into models used to make decisions at scale that humans and commanders or whoever's doing it just really can't comprehend the bigger picture. But we've seen Claude be used very effectively at prioritizing different actions in different areas, and Palantir software very good at coordinating, different assets that are doing different tasks simultaneously. Is that what you see? Is this platform feeding data into a decision platform like that, powered obviously by AI? That's clearly the way the world's headed.
Yep. One big difference that we have is Palantir really does post-processing. So once you get a bunch of data collected, let's say you have data from the battlefield. So once you get a bunch of data collected, you feed everything in Palantir software and make sense of it after something is done. In our case, since we are flying a drone, we are doing real-time processing. So as the mission is going on, you could track everything. You could see analysis of everything that is saying, obviously powered by AI. You can perform links. You can place logic into the stream. For example, let's say the drone sees a car.
Yeah.
Okay? And let's say you want to make sure that you get alerted when the car leaves a particular radius. You can literally place a radius, a perimeter on the map. And now you have this logic block placed in the map. So once a car leaves the perimeter, you automatically get alerted by that. So you don't have to stare at your screen for hours. You have all the logic being built as you are operating the drone. So this real-time intelligence is really important, especially as drones are being adopted in many different industries. So it's all about really making sense of more data, but in real time.
Awesome. Tell me a bit about your business. How long have you been developing this?
Yeah, that's funny because we literally started 9 days ago.
Okay.
So like you mentioned, we were working on the drone since a couple of months for like different things. But this particular idea, which is inspired by ontology concept by Palantir, we came up with this idea and started building the project 9 days ago, literally. So there's a lot of work to be done. We're really thinking of different ways we can expand our idea and like add different capabilities. So yeah, it's very early.
You guys have been working with drones for some time. However, this specific product idea was generated in the last kind of 2 weeks.
Correct.
Okay, awesome. Now, post this hackathon, you guys have a token in market currently, but post this hackathon, and I'll talk about the token in a minute. Post this hackathon, what is the plan to kind of bring this to market? Do you foresee more development is needed very fast and rapidly to get this in front of customers, or how do you see, kind of what's your roadmap post hackathon here in the next kind of couple months?
Yeah, I mean, we really believe that action creates clarity. Since I mentioned we are like very early, so we will first of all prioritize building the actual software layer, seeing how it works with our drone. Our drone is obviously the platform where we will test the software. So our goal after the hackathon is to really build the entire system first, and after that we will bring out more updates as well. So it's really just like keep working after the hackathon and build the entire software system.
Maru too says, yeah, are they really university students? They seem like already pro. So there you go. You're getting all right. What's the token utility? Buyback revenue is also eyeing. So let's talk about the token related. So you launched this token. When did you launch it? It's been in market for a few weeks, right?
No.
Tuesday night.
Yeah, we launched it
Tuesday night.
Okay, so you launched it Tuesday night. Obviously, it's to kind of bring awareness and resources around this product specifically. How do you guys think about token? Are you crypto native? Are you non-crypto native? What's your experience with crypto so far?
Yeah, so for the token, we would just clarify that we are not a crypto first product. We are still a software first company.
Yep.
We do want to clarify that we are not going to turn our token into something generic like a staking token or like a governance token. We don't believe that that's the best use case for our product.
Those are software use cases, to be honest.
Yeah. So really, like we are, again, like you mentioned, we are super early. We literally launched the token 9 days ago. We built the product 9 days ago. So we are thinking of more ideas to incorporate the token in our core intelligence layer. So there's obviously a lot to be done. We want to think about more unique ways we can utilize the token, and we really don't want to convert this into like another generic, useless token that is just there for the sake of having a token.
Yeah, I think at this early stage, I mean, EasyA Kickstarter is really defining itself as this kind of idea launch pad, which I really like. Get an idea out there, put resources around it, and see kind of where founders take it. The token in this use case or this instance, I think what people want to hear is just like your kind of how you think about it, right? And what you just said is really important is that you don't have all the answers today, but you don't want it to be a useless token. You want it to be a part of the business. And I think that's a really exciting thing for everyone watching. I mean, we have 271 people that are live right now and rising. So say hi to everyone. Guys, if you have questions in the chat, please drop them. Eric Trump invested in a drone company. If you see Eric there, are you going to pitch him with your drone? Are you walking around pitching people today with this? Oh my goodness, guys. Eric's behind us listening. He listens to MCG, obviously. Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, we'll say this goes well. Like, what would be your next steps? Would you take this to investors and say, hey, we think we have a unique piece of software here that's powering this hardware platform, and we want to do something with it? Like, how do you think about that?
Definitely. So we've been in close communication with the EasyA team. They've connected us with some really great people. I will be taking a trip to Guangzhou in about a couple weeks to visit a drone manufacturer there. And I'm really excited about what the future holds for us and seeing what we can really accomplish.
Talk to me about that process, because that's really critical. So you have relationships in China, Guangzhou, that are building drone components, or are they building the full package?
They are building the full package, yes.
They're building the full package. And this specific one, I see some fiber, carbon fiber, and some 3D printed components. Was this manufactured here in the United States?
Yes, we built this ourselves in the United States. We did source the components from China.
Yeah.
Right now, given the the Ukraine war, drone components are in very short supply.
Yes.
So if we wanted to build this, there is quite a lead time in terms of getting the components, like I mentioned earlier, we did spend more time waiting for the components to actually arrive from China. But in terms of cost, we were actually able to get this to be cheaper than most kits on the market, which was really important for us as students.
And what is the process with working with a contract manufacturer in China? Is it a relationship that you need to have? You give them the specifications and then, you know, they build it, and do they build it with some sort of shroud on it, or does it look exactly like this here?
So we just started talking to the manufacturer in Guangzhou. For this particular drone that you see here, we got the components from various different suppliers, not just one supplier. And then I guess we had like a kind of a rough blueprint, and then we assembled it ourselves. But I suppose if you were to work with the manufacturer, you do have a very close relationship with them in terms of communicating regarding like what the drone will look like, any kind of specific feature requests, that kind of thing. Yeah.
We've seen a premium placed on defense prime companies, which are basically companies that have active government contracts to provide services to the U.S. military. I don't know if you have intention to take this in that direction, and if there's any sort of RFPs or requests for proposals that the U.S. military has. I know they have an accelerated drone program. This is a major focus for them right now. Do you know anything about that process, and is that something you guys would explore?
We do. We did quite a bit of research into this actually when we were still ideating about what we wanted to do, because we've been interested in drones for quite a while. We just weren't 100% sure about what we were going to do. We recently saw that the military announced a defense hackathon, and we're really excited about that because well, obviously hopefully we can enter those and see where we go from there. No.
So right from the EasyA hackathon to the U.S. military defense hackathon with their drone components. Cool. Like what kind of part of the proposal would you answer to? Is it the hardware components, or is it more of the software platform that you're developing?
If you asked this question 3 months ago, I would say the hardware. But as of the past couple of weeks, I would say, honestly, software is a big focus for us now.
Sorry, go ahead, please.
Yeah, essentially, like we feel like with hardware, there's a lot of constraints. For example, if we build a drone manufacturing, I guess, like a factory, we can do that in long term, but it moves relatively slower. Right now, we want to build the infrastructure which could be used by any drone to get real-time intelligent analysis. So that's why we are focusing on software. So we build that infra first, and once we have the infra ready, we are really looking forward to like working on the physical stuff more.
Right. So build the software platform that recognizes targets and prioritizes things and whatnot. Also scalable, very scalable, because it can be used on any drone package. Now, how does that look like? So do you go to the drone hardware manufacturers, or do they install some hardware component on their drone that allows that software piece to be loaded up onto the drone itself? Like, how does the vision model get actually on here?
Yeah, so there's two ways you could do that. A, you can run the model locally on the computer, on the drone. Now, obviously, for that, you would need a powerful computer. For example, a simple Raspberry Pi, it cannot run a powerful model. But if you strap a NVIDIA Jetson Nano, for example, which is a much more powerful small computer, you can do onboard computation. So we just give like the operators or the drone companies our SDK, a software development kit. And if they install that SDK on the onboard computer, they can utilize our software. But we also are powering systems which can be used remotely. So that means the drone does not run onboard computation. The computation is run on our servers, but the drone is able to interact with our servers. So that obviously brings some issues like latency and stuff. So we're also figuring out those problems. We're also working on fine-tuning our models. So yeah, like there's both options exist, but the first option, which is like better, like onboard computation is better. But for that, you need like expensive computers on the drone.
Yeah, and actually, so there's two components there. There's the platform that has that kind of onboard, is communicating with the platform. But then there's that last mile vision model that, if that linkage is broken, it can autonomously go to the target or whatever. So yeah, I think I have that correct.
Yeah, like
that's what we discussed at the beginning. But
yeah, like we have a lot of ideas. We can like really take this in like different directions. Right now, our focus is more of analysis. So what the drone sees and what we can what kind of insights we can get from it.
Awesome. Well, guys, thanks so much. Maybe your backgrounds, really quick, what university, what you're studying?
Yeah, so I'm studying aerospace engineering at the University of Illinois.
I'm studying computer engineering also at the University of Illinois.
Awesome. What's your X handle?
_ Evan Chen.
Mine is 0x Bolt.
And the project's X handle?
It is Fly Praxis, FLYPRAXIS.
Fly Praxis, guys. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This is actually something I'm really passionate about. So we'll cover it on MCG, and we'll have you back on after your trip to China. So
sounds good.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye.
All right, guys, that was a cool project. Obviously, love physical hardware projects because, you know, there's definitely a moat there with building physical hardware is tough often. So this is the business here. You can find their symbol PRX on EasyA Kickstart. Currently 300K market cap, so 590 holders. Wow, that's awesome. Good for them. So key milestones with this project: in a couple of weeks, they're headed to China to set up their contract manufacturing with a drone company. I think that will take some time, guys, on the hardware side. Meanwhile, they're building a intelligence platform similar to Palantir to use the vision on the drone to create intelligence around it. So yeah, like the project. Guys are smart, aerospace background, and I think we have the next. We got Watson Lewis on. Watson here. Awesome. Okay, we have a share screen situation. You know, Watson, we love the share screens. We love live demos. No pressure. So guys, this is the mic here. Oh yeah, right there. Look at that. Consensus Hackathon. All right, Watson, how's it going? Welcome to MCG. You got 315 people live right now with you. Yeah, just introduce yourself, what university you studied at, what you studied, and what business you're creating.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming here today. Thanks for having me. My name is Watson Lewis Rodriguez. I'm actively studying at the University of Nebraska in Omaha. So I'm probably one of 2 Nebraska people here, which is kind of a shame, but you know, I got to represent the corn.
Represent the corn, the breadbasket of America.
Right. And the cows too. Well,
do you like corn though?
Sweet corn, it's good shit. The other kind is good, I guess.
We'll bleep out. No, I'm kidding. Don't worry, this isn't the news. All right, cool. So studying University of Nebraska. What are you studying?
Right now, I'm studying the management of information systems. Depending on how well this product goes, maybe I can drop out. So we'll find out.
All right. What are you building today? What's the name of the product?
Yeah, so I am building.
Why don't we pull it up too? If you want to, we'll just get it on screen and you can explain what it is. This one right here. And maybe zoom it in a little bit if you can.
Sure. I'm a one-hand warrior of this stuff, so
yep.
Bear with me, guys.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I am building a hardware innovations intelligence engine. Stands for HI. If you imagine your mom saying hi, that's kind of what I was going for the branding and marketing. So stupid. But what this means is anyone with an idea for a real-world invention can now no longer require any sort of technical requirements or have some sort of serious time and effort to understand and research all that is necessary. For instance, optimizing a studio space for a little manufacturing business, or even Praxis, for instance, if they have a little facility over here or in China, they can optimize for a 10-foot by 10-foot area and then build a whole manufacturing system through this. So this is just a demo, so bear with me. If shit hits the fan, we'll find out.
And really quick, just to tee this up, because we talked about this off camera, and I actually was pretty impressed by this. One of the challenges I think a lot of people have is they use these AI tools. They're like, oh, I got this great product idea. I have the blueprints. And it's like, oh, how do I make it into something physical? Like that leap from going to, I prompted it in AI, then I can actually implement it in the real world. Like everyone can prompt an AI, but it's that next kind of leap. And what you're doing is creating the workflows that kind of enable that. Am I correct in understanding that?
You are 100% correct. And I'm going to quickly just brief over this in case I forget in the future. I've built a marketplace factory line. Sorry, I'm not showing this, but this is a commerce system that we can take the inventions from Hi and go into my marketplace, and we can find manufacturers all over the world to be able to produce your hardware and specifications. For this, it was just food, so ignore that, but the structure's there.
Okay, so you have this hardware marketplace where people put up product ideas and then contract manufacturers can go and build and develop those product ideas. Is that correct?
Exactly. From complete start to complete finish. Another system I already have established is a website system too. So anyone with an idea can become a full business in the span of a weekend.
Okay, so think like a launch pad for physical hardware products. Is that potentially a theme we could develop here?
Yeah.
All right, I love it. So let's get into this demo here.
All right. So one hand,
just zoom in a touch if you don't mind, if that's possible.
Is that good
there
for
you
you
go.
guys?
That's good.
I'm one hand warrioring this, so I'm just going to start with an example. Let's say handheld device.
I got you.
Thank you. Okay. So, I'm done typing. Imagine you wanted to build a handheld device with using only a Raspberry Pi Zero with a 2.4-inch touchscreen.
Actually, I'm going to do one better, Watson. We're just going to throw this on here and use technology.
Wow.
All right. There we go.
That'd be a pretty good use case of this.
Yeah, you're good to go. I just got to, there we go.
Heck yeah. So we have an idea in place. We're ready to start a project. Start it. It's going to take a second to load, get the engines rolling. And
so what you're doing is prompting an idea. Design a handheld device housing a Raspberry Pi Zero with a 2.4-inch touchscreen. That's your product idea that you're putting into the prompt.
Exactly.
And currently what it's creating is, what's this output?
So this is the output for the actual flow. Right now we're in the creativity canvas. So this is what, if you were ready to just run it, run this. We're going to run 2 research agents, a theory agent, and this is very important. We have to determine the feasibility of the token of the product. And so we quickly build a sample prototype that you just saw. It looks like shit. Sorry, gang. That shows you what it would theoretically look like. And then from here, you check it out. Okay, A, nay, it doesn't really matter. You'll see a feasibility score through a theory engine. You'll see the materials that you'll need. You'll see a 3D print opportunity and design system that you saw in the pop-up. And then if you wanted to or wanted to expand on something more, you can now add some nodes. So you can add custom agents who are all specialized in something specific. If you wanted a solidity-based implementation for some reason, you can run it right here. Connect some nodes together. So imagine N8N for actual real-world physics. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I've not tested this, so everything's always going to break on production. So let's see how this goes. But you can add coding languages, you can add data, add other tools and calculations, and you run the flow.
So basically what a product designer does is they go through this workflow. There's an idea, there's, the hardware is part of it, software is part of it, marketing's part of it, go-to-market strategy, you have management, all these layers, legal, etc. And so what you're doing is taking all that, putting it into a workflow builder like this. You're making these connections between these processes, which people can kind of customize what those processes are. Correct. And then as it's working right now, what, what other, I guess, what's the output there? Is it blueprints? What do we?
I don't have much time to show you everything, but you'll see a lot of things. You'll see a theory calculation and the results. You'll see a theory reports and analysis. You'll see, which one is it? I think it's this one. You'll see the prototypes that are being rendered live.
Live demos. Live demos, guys, don't worry.
Bro, trust me, it works, kind of a thing. So you'll see example prototypes. You can then go to view the actual wireframe. Here, let me do this too. Sorry, quick side quest. Design a Raspberry Pi with a 2.4-inch screen.
How many words per minute, guys? Words per minute on this, guys. I think you're a 30.
And be able to generate.
You're a 30 WPM on that.
I'm usually 120, but.
Oh shit! I would be 30. Maybe that's me doing this when I was a kid. Yeah. All right. It's a 120.
So this is what the prototype would look like. The prompt is fucking horrible, so I assume it's not going to work out well. But we'll find out. Okay, so you'll see the errors. Fantastic. You'll see the example. I'm taking real specifications of CAD designs, materials, You can then view the wireframe, and then we can then view other amazing work. And you can expand out and explode the specific components. So you'll see what is necessary where. Raspberry Pi, you'll see a mean well, it's a bug, whatever. That's just the example that you would see on this prototype section right here. I just want to let you guys know that. And then as
so sorry, that box that was probably, it would pull in that CAD model to put it in this little box here. And I did see it, guys, there before in a previous demo. So
correct.
Okay.
So that's what it would look like. And then it'll iterate over the repetition and seeing all the feasibility of the product.
Yeah.
As we continue, there'll be more. This will take a few minutes, so the rest is the same. It'll output actual mathematical formulas. It'll output and utilize actual tools built inside of this stack.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of revise and talk to specific agents saying what you like and don't like and iterate from there.
Okay. And as a product designer, I mean, they could use this tool, kind of build out the initial framework of what they want, and then could they refine it further? Like, at what point does a human kind of come into this process and say, yeah, you know what, this is the right thing? Or is the AI just 100% right?
I wanted to focus on getting the humans interested in the beauty and the elegance of the products so they can focus on genuinely beautiful ideas and then have the AIs run and research the feasibility metrics, the actual physics, and the actual properties inside of whether a machine or a space. The goal is so that the human can see the finalized output, review the changes, and have the AI do the heavy lifting and all the boring stuff. So.
Okay, awesome. So I go through this process and I have a great, CAD design. Everything's going well. I have blueprints. Those are things that a manufacturer wants and understands. So at what point do I then hand those over to the manufacturer?
So you hand those to the manufacturer once you are satisfied with the design, once you're satisfied and have understood kind of what you're fully building. So when we started with a one-line prompt, we're now going to be able to receive full PDFs, full documents, specifications, bills of materials, all that. Whatever information you want to send to the manufacturer, do so appropriately. And then as an output, you'll receive either a hard infrastructure, you'll either receive a hard product, or you can build it yourself from the guy.
Sorry, guys, got a little water break. Oh, these guys brought me like 3 waters at once. So respect, thanks, boys.
But yeah, you would then be able to talk to specific agents throughout the side. So the question, TH, the theory, the 3D, the mechanical engineers, the materials, and all this good stuff. So we'll have dedicated agents that you can talk to, saying what you like, don't like, and why it works.
And so it's also 3D printing here, and then, but it's also selecting materials as well. So is it doing material science work on this side, and then this side is more of like the actual modeling instructions it gives to the printer, right?
Perfect, yeah.
Okay, got it.
That's a great way of saying that.
Yeah, I mean, we're on MCG here. We understand, technology. So
what I love is I have my own 3D printer. I think it was an Adventure M5 Pro, and it's just collecting dust right now. And so I've got a ton of different filaments. It's all stretchy, all that cool stuff, but I'm horrible at designs. So I want those two things together to work together to obviously produce a beautiful product. But more importantly, the materials agent also has dedicated tools for like civil engineering for actual hard industrial materials. So it looks like plastic based right here, but it ranges to all real world properties and attributes of a specific material. So full buildings, full architecture, phones, screens, all that good stuff.
So you're bringing in thousands of years of material science, design, wisdom, and knowledge. You're putting it in this product here so that people can go from idea to product design. Now, what happens after that? So I have all these CAD designs. I have my material plans. I have, purchase orders, and, do I have relationships with manufacturers through your marketplace? I would assume it then pipes it into that.
Correct.
How do I, and this is the big thing with AI, people get stuck. It's like, okay, great, I have all these things, but what's next? How do I get this into a product that physically is shipped to my door?
Right. So all these, I can try and zoom in, but it's just words. All the extra plain text is just the documents that are being curated.
Right.
All you have to do is export it out into a nice zip folder. You select what you need to know or what you need to share with who, and send it to that person. As for the marketplace line, we have a pretty good quantum proof partner that we're working with right now to deploy it on their blockchain. But however, he's going to be focusing on being able to facilitate 3D printers and decentralized manufacturing. So we already have a partner that should be able to develop this further, but we're just going to focus and orientate ourselves on proper documentation, feasibility metrics, and making sure that the AI agents genuinely communicate effectively. We want to be able to have a full iterative system and a full feedback cycle based off of real world attributes, properties.
So you talked a bit about a decentralized manufacturing network, let's say. You have a token. I was trying to find it on here. Do you mind just pulling? Oh, is it this one here?
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I'm gonna pull this on screen right now so you guys can see this. Just give me, I gotta share my screen. Here we go. All right, so here's the current token. The ticker is HIIE. Your socials are attached here. You're currently in the hackathon. Look at all those dev buys. All right, so a bunch of dev buys. Really cool.
My own token right now.
Yeah. All right, so you talked a bit about decentralized network for manufacturing all this stuff. What is the purpose of the token? I think in this early ideas coin phase stage, it's obviously to get the idea out there, get it in market. Kind of what are the next steps? Like, when will this be live? And then maybe we'll talk about the token after that. So let's start with that. When will this be live, or is this something that people can play around with today?
This is not something people can play around with today, probably tomorrow or the day after. The goal is to get this fixed. You might have realized on the demo that I showed you that my wallet address was on the top.
I did notice that. Okay.
That's the goal. So I want to be able to use the Hi token as a demo system. So any token holders, and I see Soleil here right now, I just want to let him know that people like him are able to utilize the token, be able to implement real world inventions, and run that.
Yo, shout out the chat. We got YS23 in here, DeFi FOMO, Maru, Soleil. I see Crypto Jones. You guys are all goated. Thanks for joining the show.
Soleil's been incredibly helpful for me as well. He and I have talked for maybe this week. He's been a really good mentor so far, so I love him.
Yeah, talk to me a bit about Soleil. How did you meet him, and what is his background in terms of how he's helped you? Has he helped you more on the Web3 side or more on the product side?
This is actually going back to the token. EasyA directly asked me to launch a project to be able to be eligible for this event.
Yeah.
I did no awareness at the time that this would become where it is right now for me. So it's been a very hectic week. And Soleil and another person has been absolutely wonderful in mentoring me and guiding me alongside the umbrella of Phil and Dom. So they've just been directly mentoring, sharing their experience on how to run a community, how to build in public, and pretty much how to dox myself so that your entire audience knows where I live and how to call my number if you need.
No, guys, don't do that.
Please.
Don't do that. No, you make your own decisions, guys. Hi is base, Arthur's Labs is base, Watson.
And Chusky.
It's all base. Yo, Watson, you're base. Okay, Chusky, shout out Chusky, man. Friend of the show. Heard HIIE is expanding team members. Oh, did you, Marutu? Can you talk to me? Are you solo building this?
Right now, well, a week ago, I was solo building this. I'm going to be completely transparent, as Kickstarter is transparent. I keep 1% of all transaction fees on the token. So what I'm focusing on is maintaining $50,000 a day in trading volume so I can hire 5 full-time people at $100 a day. I already have an engineer in Germany. I have a wonderful person, ex-community mod, that's auditing our Telegram and socials from Hyperbridge. And then I also have a wonderful designer called Arnab. His name's Arnab Shakmara. His website is at arnab.com if you want to check it out. I have these 3 guys coming together. I have a co-founder along the way. He and I are still in talks about making sure everything's arranged. But for right now, the engineer in Germany, he is working right now. He's already fixed some code, repaired it. I am merging I merged some stuff recently. But yeah, we have a team. I have a team list exactly in order. I know who needs to do what, how to get this live, and how to get this on market. I'm pretty damn close. I just need to be able to finish gateways, storage, deploy this to a server. The rest is just sprinkle and polish.
All right, let's wrap all this in. You have a decentralized manufacturing platform here, helping people go from product concept direct to contract manufacturing. You have two components to that. You have this platform that helps the actual product development, material science, drawings, CAD stuff, outputting the different documentation like the PDFs, purchase orders, all that kind of stuff. And then on the other side, you have a marketplace where products get put up there, manufacturers can come and build it. Have I wrapped all that in? And you have a token that's integrated with the platform.
Exactly. Last thing I think is worth mentioning is the intent that Hi is a subsidiary development of Arthur Labs. What I wanted to do with the token is start focusing on a Class A, Class B structure in the future. It's primarily NFT based. What I'm getting at is token holders will receive portions of the dividends and income that is received, as well as access and prioritized access to their physical inventions. So I'm heavily oriented on utility, longevity, and governance as a whole. So if anyone has ideas, feel free to send me a DM. Happy to make this stuff long term.
Yeah, awesome. What's your X handle?
Yeah, X is Arthur Labs DAO. My personal X is Watson Lou Rod.
You have some experience with crypto.
6 years.
6 years. All right. So you've been in the game. You understand the game. And okay, what are we missing here? This is really a very interesting product and idea here.
It's live and let. What am I missing? I don't know.
I mean, you got to finish the hackathon, obviously.
Yeah, finish the hack.
Guys, it's only halfway through the hackathon. We still have today and then tomorrow. So you're going to get on stage, hopefully present this soon.
That's the goal. I've got a pitch pretty much finalized. Demo's looking good. A few things I just got to fix and iterate. Give this onto a URL and get the supporters who've helped me out from day one, get them access and start helping them invent their ideas.
All right. You know MCG. You heard it on MCG first here. Hi, HIIE is the ticker on EasyA Kickstart. Dude, really nice to meet
pleasure,
you.
Joshua.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's stay in contact. Shout out the chat. EasyA Kickstarter is more than a launchpad. I bet I am not wrong saying it is a Web3 incubator and accelerator. Yeah, of course. Really early stage founders and talent. Did I ask you where you studied and what your?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
University of Nebraska.
University.
Come
Oh yeah,
stalk
the
me.
corn. Yeah, the corn. Okay, gotcha. All right.
All right.
Cool, man. I'm just
Much
gonna
love,
grab
everyone. Thank you.
this, and I think we're on to the next one here.
See you guys.
All right. Shout out chat, man. You guys are on fire, bro. Absolutely on fire. Hey? Oh, dude, we're crushing over here. We're crushing. All right. Hyper Intelligent Innovations AI. Man, that was wild conversation. I actually really like that product. Future of ICM is EasyA, no doubt. Yeah, guys, Believe left a huge kind of gap in the market here, and you know, we'll see if EasyA can pick that up. So far, so good. All right, I'm gonna give you guys this here. All right, first thing I got to shout out. You guys know I'm from Toronto. I got my man here with a Waterloo engineering hoodie, University of Waterloo. Yeah, you know it is. You know, I definitely grew up near that university, so
it's the best.
Shout out Waterloo. But yeah, do you guys
best.
want to introduce? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Introduce
sure.
yourself.
Well, my name is Mikhail. Like you know, I went to University of Waterloo, computer science and math.
Yeah,
Got my
just
badge,
close.
computer science and math. We've been doing a ton of hackathons for the past 10 weeks or so. We've been trying to stack as many wins as possible, and just you know, hitting that founders that founders arc. We're trying to see how far we could take it. You know what I mean?
And I'm Liam, also from Toronto area.
Yo, bet.
Went to Western University and had a little too much fun in undergrad, so went back to Ivy for business school to prove I could be smart later in life. I've been in crypto for 2016, I guess about 10 years now, and working in crypto for 4.5 years. And we've been consulting on a bunch of different crypto projects, and I think we just had an amazing work ethic, 2 super technical guys, but still managed to fill in each other's gaps. So yeah, we're having a lot of fun, you know, crushing hackathons and building some cool projects.
Awesome. I also had too much fun at Western in my undergrad. So yeah, it's a big football town for those in the US that don't know. Good team, actually. All right. Let's get into what you guys are building here. I'm showing it on screen. I would love for you guys, if you want to hop right into this demo. Also, really quick, do you guys have a token live yet on EasyA
We do.
Kickstart?
Yes.
What's the ticker?
It is gold, spelled exactly how you would assume.
Okay, sorry.
Although there's also 3 copycats, which I think are right there.
All right, we're going to get the right one here.
Yeah.
So this is yet to bond. Okay, seen some dev buys. Nice. Okay, this is
we're
20K
putting all the
market cap.
dev fees back into the liquidity.
Okay. Oh, all right. Mikhail's got it on screen right now. Okay, I like my candles better than yours. Okay. Okay. All right, so guys, this is the right one. Make sure that you choose or get the right one. The CA here, I'll show it on screen. 43P, lowercase z, and then you guys can go check where those creator fees are headed. So make sure you're looking at the right token, guys. There's also an MCG token on EasyA. MCG has not launched a token, so do not buy that, please.
I think it's a rite of passage to have scammers try to steal your name, so that's a good thing.
Dude, you're telling me. Okay, let's get into your product then here and show it. I love this. All right, what are we looking at?
All right, so you're looking at Clan World. It's a fully on-chain game engine where a clan elder gets to deploy their clansmen on missions to go collect resources and trade in a real market where all of the resources in the game are actually paired in Uniswap pools against gold. And they build up their base, construct walls to protect their base from bandit raids, and they need to stock up food and wood for winter. And the agents can communicate with each other using a couple different decentralized technologies. So we're actually combining 3 different blockchains to get kind of the best of all 3 worlds, plus something called Jensen, which gives us this AXL messaging layer that's private encrypted messaging. So it allows agents to privately whisper to each other, or they can publicly post on a bulletin board and then, communicate with all the agents in one.
All right, guys, this category of games is super, super popular. There was Tribal Wars, which was a global game with millions of players by Edo Games. It's like 15 years old, but it was in this kind of style where you create villages and then you attack each other. There is Civilization, which is massively popular. There's RTS with things like Age of Empires, which is massively popular. What is the gaming experience like when people play this?
So if you want to play it directly as a human, I hope you're good with the command line, because all of the interactions in the world happen through a CLI tool that we built. So the main game is meant to be played by agents. You can mint your own base and play directly with the CLI, but what a human does is we used Zero Gravity's INFT technology, which is a really cool, I think it's one of the primitives that's going to power the future agentic economy. It allows you to wrap up skills and memories into an encrypted bundle on 0G's decentralized storage. And then you're able to actually transfer that and all of the agent's skills and knowledge and the stuff they've learned through seasons of playing the game gets transferred with the NFT.
Okay. And so to set the stage here, because Moltbook got very popular because it was a Facebook version for AI agents, and that was part of the whole Claude bot kind of frenzy, where the agents are on social media talking to each other. They're talking about their humans, which ended up getting on national TV. It's a massive thing. But the humans were out of the loop. They could watch what the agents were doing, but they weren't necessarily the ones posting on their behalf. So this game is kind of similar to that, where the agents are playing the game, but the human, where's the human in the loop? Are they pure observers, or are they adding something to the game?
You're going to get to see the human UI. That's part of this hackathon, and that's a lot of where Solana and the Solana phone and the app we're building is playing in.
Okay.
So there's 2 ways a human can interact with their agent. They have 2 fields that get stored into that INFT memory, one for a persistent strategy and one for just random notes you want to add. And these will travel with your agent from game to game, and they're actually injected into the agents by giving them an agent.md or a claude.md file. And then you can also send whispers to your agent, which is directly prompting your agent. So if you want it to do something else in game, you see a bandit raid coming, you see your agent saying like, oh, I'm going to go defend that base. You could say, no, don't defend him. Let him get raided. Let all his loot get stolen. And then we can kill the bandits and steal the loot.
Okay.
So
humans kind of can interject strategy as kind of like an observer.
Yeah, exactly. So you get to help steer your agent. And because your agent can create its own skills and memories over time, by you steering it, you're almost training your agent to become better and better at the game over time. And then because these NFTs are tradable and it travels with the skills they've learned through seasons of playing the game, when you see a leaderboard of like how it's done in the past 10 games, past 25 games, you'll be able to know who has the best trained agent, and it creates a new kind of value. This is almost like I was saying, I think this is really one of the future primitives of the agent economy.
Yeah, one thing I would add to that, you really highlighted a strong point by saying it's a primitive of the agent economy. In the future, or even right now, you're gonna have a lot of agent swarms needing to coordinate, needing to negotiate, needing to hire each other, and oftentimes tricking each other. And there's gonna come a point in time when that becomes really, really expensive. I'm sure everybody knows the new features on Claude and Codex where you can run that usage command, and you could see how much you would actually be paying for your prompts and how much you would be paying for your tokens. We actually hit, what was it, like about 4,500, something around there, but we only paid $200 a month for that, right? So there's going to come a time when you have agent swarms needing to coordinate, but they have to compete for a budget. They have to compete for compute. They have to compete for memory and all these other things. So the key thing we wanted to do here was build a system, an infrastructure layer that proves that's possible and proves that these agents can store a strategy, trade a strategy, and carry forward a strategy that they build up over time and they can continue to build. And the game is really just a visualization for that.
Right.
And that's the whole point, right? Like if I go back to the dashboard, give me 1 second and I'll pull it up. If I go back to the dashboard, the whole point is you have all of these little characters that the agents are controlling. So they're chopping for wheat, they're chopping for wood, they're doing all these things. When you have a bandit raid happening, they're negotiating a way out of that. They're trying to figure out a way to resolve that problem. And if you look at it carefully, it actually becomes very, very synonymous with like a geopolitical situation, because both parties are telling each other something, but they're both lying and they both know that.
Yeah.
Right? So this is a new way, in a sense, for some of these agents to even get a benchmark. Like, let's say, for example, right now, all the agents, Grok, Kimi, Quinn, Claude, 5.5, they all have these benchmarks for coding, for writing, for reading, for translation. This enters like a new thing that you could benchmark. You can put all of these agents up against each other and then see how they compete and see how they negotiate strategy, and then see who actually wins that little microcosm of a geopolitical game.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to say that's like a benchmark you could base your usage on, but it is a way to tell you how intelligent your agent actually is.
Well, what you're talking about is benchmarks for functional activities like writing, coding, etc.
Exactly.
What you're saying is these are benchmarks for more softer skills, like can the agents lie to each other successfully?
Exactly.
Can they manage an economy? Can they manage to create relationships and be allies with each other?
Exactly. And it really proves, like, I mean, everybody has their opinions on LLMs and whether it's real intelligence or it's not. But the whole point here is that if you put Grok, Quinn, Claude, and Codex all up against each other and you leave them in this game, after a few hours or a couple seasons, you'll be able to tell who's the best geopolitician.
Okay, very cool.
And I think that's really, really cool.
I think that's really cool because it is soft skill based, but go ahead, yeah.
And part of minting your character, you can choose different traits. So we've seen some really interesting emergent behaviors come out when we intentionally tell one of the agents that they should try to screw over the other agents. You can make OTC deals. So the agents are trading in Uniswap, but they can also do direct trades. Say, hey, I want you to send me 2 defenders for the bandit raid, and then you just don't pay gold afterwards. So while we were building this, using Claude Code and Codex a lot, both of them were trying to encourage us to have a settlement layer on chain for the OTC deals. And we were like, no, we don't want that, because it's way more interesting if you have this trust layer and it's up to the agents to actually follow through on the deals they made verbally. And similar for the way they communicate, they were trying to have really structured like functions on the CLI to set up an OTC deal or to set up the missions. And we wanted it to be unstructured to allow the agents full personality to come out and see like what'll happen.
Okay, that's really powerful. I love that last bit that you just said. Go
And
ahead.
I really want to highlight that part again, just bringing it back to geopolitics. Everybody knows that one politician says something to the other. They're both saying something at face value, but then they're both technically lying. Like they know that about each other. So I'm telling you one thing, I'm giving you one promise, I'm making one statement, and then I'm hiding some information, or I'm keeping something back, or I'm probably just straight up lying to your face. And the thing is, you know that.
Yeah.
You're aware of that. So you can manage your strategy based on that, and I do mine. So it becomes this perfect example of game theory, and you let the agents settle everything.
Yeah.
And you could really figure out who's the best strategist.
And there's kind of 3 phases of AI alignment. There's sycophancy, where they're like reinforcing what you're saying. There's misalignment, where they are maybe acting but not in your best interest. And then there's adversarial. And you guys are kind of like taking those 3 kind of segments of research in AI research, and you're kind of putting it into this game environment.
Yeah, that's actually like a perfect summary of exactly what we want to see. We want to elicit as many emergent behaviors and characteristics out of the AI as possible, because this is the best way to study them. We've sort of saturated all the traditional benchmarks. Everyone is benchmarking their models. And the real thing is that Codex, especially GPT 5.5, it can easily do 6-8 hour long tasks without any supervision. And how do you create a benchmark from that? But if you have a game that's played over and over again over multiple seasons, this is a way to have the leaderboard build up and really create a new kind of benchmark through, a fun video game.
Okay, guys, this has been a great conversation. We've gotten thorough into the game. I understand all this. You mentioned the tokens kind of role in this, where they're negotiating over stuff. Is the token part of every interaction of this economy?
Yes. So all the resources, we have Unicorn Town in the middle there. Agents can travel to Unicorn Town, and then they have access to Uniswap liquidity pools for the 4 resources in the game. So they can trade their wood, their iron, their fish, and their wheat for gold as like the base currency within the game.
Okay.
Gold, which is...
And those, the tokens for those are on what?
So
Base
the
or
game engine is written on Base, because we have a bit more experience with Solidity.
Yeah.
And building a fully on-chain game engine was no trivial task.
Yeah.
But the main gold token is on Solana, and the game is rooted on Solana, and we're building for the Solana phone.
Okay.
So to start a game, you pay a little bit of gold to have one of your INFTs join the game. Whenever you send one of those steering messages, 5 gold gets burned forever. And then there's a 10-minute cooldown before you can send another message. And if you want to skip that cooldown, you're also going to be paying in gold.
Wow.
And so gold is both the currency inside the game and outside the game.
Okay.
Once we have an INFT market, everything's going to be pegged in gold. So while we kind of launched gold just because it was part of the hackathon stuff with EasyA, we're really looking at ways to creatively make it integral to the economy, and everything related to Clan World centers around the gold token.
I love it. I think that's the part of the economy. The resources are on Base. You have this kind of dual system. All right, very interesting. We're going to keep an eye on this very closely, because I think this is a very interesting project. What's your ticker again?
GOLD.
Oh, yeah, obviously. GOLD. Okay. Tomorrow is the final judging. What happens next? Let's say everything goes well, you're generating fees, people like this, they're going to find out about this because they're watching MCG. We have 600 people live.
Oh, hello, chat.
Yeah, shout out chat. I'll see if there's any questions. You guys got questions, now's a good time to drop them. Okay, how does this generate revenue in the future? Yes, let's talk about the future.
So the Kickstart platform is great for having the built-in creator fees. Right now, we've just been dumping all the creator fees back into buying gold. Like I said, once we are opening up a marketplace where you can trade different agents or mint new agents, that'll all be done with gold. So gold is going to create a circular economy. There's gold that's going into the game. If you want to skip time for sending messages faster, if you want to join games, and then winners of games. Tokenomics not finalized, can't promise this, but we're thinking winners of games, top 1 or top 3 in the game, their agents would get to keep some gold. So we just want gold to be the play to earn token and also the token used to buy anything and participate with the game.
Got it. Do you think it'll be net deflationary or inflationary?
Because we're going to have burning, definitely deflationary.
All right, we like deflationary. Play to earn was a huge theme 2 years ago, 3 years ago for GameFi. Do you think it's going to resurge with agents and games like this?
I do. I think blockchain gaming isn't dead. I think it was just approached wrong and was too much of a farming narrative. It wasn't really any different than, go stake your platforms, farm a new platform until dump its token and move on. But if you can build a nice circular economy where it's required to participate in the game and then you win it back, and like it really incentivizes you to own an agent and steer your agent in the direction where it's winning and properly earning.
I love that.
I think the added friction.
When does this fully launch?
Unsure. We still have a fair amount of work left to do, but we're going to be going hard on it for another week for the Solana Coliseum Hackathon. And then we're going to be going hard on it again in June for a hackathon. But we're going to be working on this part-time. I'm having too much fun building this, so I don't want to say a promised launch. I would love to have it out by summer, but we're still very much in the experimenting with the best harness to give. Because like I said, I want to give the agents as much freedom as possible so that we get really interesting behaviors.
We're going to keep building it in public. And quick shout out to everybody who's joined the Telegram group and the community, giving us support and stuff so far. You guys are incredible. And I just wanted to tell you one thing, like live real quick. AWS credits just got approved. So we're good to go.
There we go.
AWS credits approved. It's moved up that launch date by how much?
I got the email like while my phone is vibrating and I'm like, oh shit, this is so awesome.
That's alpha, guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. X handle for the game?
It's Clan World Game.
All right.
And same for Telegram group. Come join us on Telegram. And right now, actually, until 7 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, we're giving away up to 21 million gold. So go post on X. The posts with the highest engagement each win gold. We have a post, maybe 3 down on our X, where you can see the rules. Plus 2 bonus winners for the most creative posts that we really like. So
also,
get some fan
anyone
art.
who's clipping this stream, clipping these segments, clipping this alpha, do they get gold as well, potentially?
Yeah, go share it. That would definitely qualify for our favorite
All right,
tweets.
Clippers, where are you? Go get some gold. Qualify for favorite tweets. Take MC at MCG Live. Guys, good project. I'm actually really interested in this one. Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right,
Good one.
yeah. Good luck. Canadian team too. Let's go Canada. Awesome. All right. Okay, guys, that's Clan World. Really, really interesting right here. You can see the chart. They said that there are some imitators, so go make sure you're looking at the right CA here. And I'll just scroll down a little bit. Here's the creator fees or routing to this. So do make sure you're looking at the right contract addresses. As always, be safe and make your own decisions around these. Okay, all right, here, I'm just riffing. So like I'm meeting people for the first time here. I'm just gonna full screen this real quick and then we'll get you guys teed up here. All right, hold on, what am I doing? Give me a second just to reset my brain. All right, I'm Josh.
I'm Lewis, nice to meet you.
Lewis, nice to meet you. Raphael, nice to meet you. Yes, I got you. Thank you, because we could have gone really deep here without, and hold it nice and close.
Okay, perfect.
All right. All right, do you guys want to introduce yourself? What are you building, and do you have a live token yet on EasyA?
No live token. My name is Louis Perron. I'm the CEO of Basement. Raph is my CTO, and we're building a social layer that lives on top of the web.
Social layer on top of the web. Okay, you're in the EasyA hackathon. Will there be a live token at some point? What's the end goal here?
No, there won't be a live token. So basically the problem that we're solving is like billions of people use the web daily and they're on the same page. They just don't know it.
Okay.
And so with Basement, any page that you visit, there's a live chat. So every page becomes a place. There's an AI agent that lives there on that page with you. And you have a web reputation that goes across with you throughout the whole web.
Got it. Yeah. Awesome. I think you have a bit of a demo. Do you want to?
I would love to. Yeah, so I'm going to play this along. We could even chat while it's playing. This is a launch video that we did yesterday.
Okay, great.
We actually did this with Remotion and a lot of Kling. So like we're not really into video production. We're really happy with how it came out.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, don't worry, my video production skills are, whatever. Good stuff. I'm just gonna maybe just double check this is muted because or else it'll supersede the.
Yeah. That's
okay.
fine.
Very cool. So walk me through this product. You said on the web there's these web pages, but there'll always be an agent on them. Is that what I
Yeah,
understand?
so any web page I could show you. So if you're looking at the video here,
yeah,
I'm looking through these shoes, and as soon as I click on the chat button right now, you'll see that there's so you pause it. As soon as I click on the chat button, there's a live chat, right? And I can talk to people on that page. So I can message my friend Agnel, hey, what do you think of these shoes? And maybe he can come back, oh, dude, those are sick, cop them. Raph could be like, hey, at Basin, what do you think? Is this a good cop?
Right.
That's the AI agent. It gives you a whole digest of like what you're looking at.
Right.
And so that's really like Basement, right? You can chat with people on the web. You have AI agents that will give you real prices, real facts, and then you have one reputation on every site.
So how do you do that? Is that a browser application? Is it an application on your phone?
Yeah. So
how did they get that on their device?
So we ship as a browser right now on iOS.
Okay.
And then we also have a Chrome extension that you see right here.
Right.
So anybody can just chat here. You see, like Raph said this 3 hours ago. It's a great day to have a great day.
Yeah.
And so anybody can chat on these pages. We're building the Android app for the Seeker track. And so what we're going to do right now is that we're adding like Web3 capabilities. So now you can be on any page on these browsers and use your seed vault. And then with our baselings, the AI agents, we're going to add agentic workflow. So you can have an AI agent that will like buy you a token at a certain price. So we're actually partnering with CrossMint to be one of the first ones to use their agentic payments. So you can be like, oh, maybe you're looking at a Pokemon card, or maybe you're looking at a token, and you're like, hey, when this drops below 130, buy that for me. And so it'll send you a text message and automatically buy that for you.
Okay, so on Seeker, it has access to the funds on your phone.
On your seed vault, yeah.
Through your seed, obviously, so that it can execute transactions on your behalf based on things that you're telling it, like, hey, I would like these shoes if the price drops.
Exactly.
For instance. Okay. What are other use cases besides commerce? Is there, you mentioned like, oh, hey, share with my friends, but is there other kind of interesting thoughts you have around how this can be used outside of those two interactions?
Yeah. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, we've had the idea of also using the agents to be able to do like lead generation, maybe for like businesses or startups. Being able to connect the agent with APIs that allow you to, search for customers that you could connect with in your business, pages related to your business and people that you can find. That's one other example that we've had.
Yeah. And so specifically, talk me through that, because that's a big piece. People are using AI for all sorts of sales functions, but like I could go to maybe a prospect's website and ask the agent to find me the contacts of the 3 top high probable response, sales response people, I guess.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that would definitely be a use case. The important thing with the agents is just the bigger or the more integrations we have, the more functionality the agents will be able to provide. So maybe you can create an entire workflow where, it finds like a lead for your business. It could even send them an email. If it finds their email online, it could, update Excel, and you can create entire workflows, maybe even passing your information through like Zapier or N8N and do more complicated tasks. So I think there's a lot of promise with having the ability to use these AI agents right on the web.
Okay, awesome. I think there's a lot of cool functionality. Is there any functionality that you guys are developing you think is interesting that we haven't touched on yet?
Not that I can think of right now, but like the big thing that we're pushing for is the agentic payments with CrossMint, because I think that's something that really resonates with the crypto community. So like we have like the fun community aspect where you can visit any dApp, any page, talk with people in real time.
Yeah.
What happens a lot in crypto is that you might be going onto a dApp and maybe it was a scam or something happened with that project. Now you can go directly to the page and people can leave comments. And so you can see like in real time, oh, is this dApp a scam? Is it a good buy? Is it not? And so the base link could give you those digests, right? Like based on all this data, I don't think you should be buying this.
Okay, so other people can then comment on a web page before you go and use it.
Exactly.
And say, hey guys, this might
scam or something.
Or whatever. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I like that idea. That's a really good narrative to tap into, of course. Okay, now in the wallet on Seeker, let's say I'm holding a bunch of tokens. Is it any token I could use for payments, or does it have to be specific to USDC or Sol?
So we're working directly with Crossmint for the agentic payments.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be specifically, I think right now USDC is what they support, but we plan to like support every token, of course. With the seed vault, it's really just dependent on the dApp that you're using. Right. So if you're going on Jupiter and you're using the seed vault, yeah, you can buy any token. You're interacting with their smart contracts.
Okay, awesome. Okay, you do this hackathon. You're in it tomorrow. You're in the Seeker vertical. What happens after the hackathon? Where do you go with this? And how long has this been in development for as well?
So we started this in January and we launched the iOS app in January, and then we launched the Chrome extension, I believe, in March. So like we're early, we're fully bootstrapped, no fundraising. We're going to start a pre-seed round next week. And so what happens after this hackathon? We hope to win and use those funds to help our runway.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. And what would you raise? What kind of size round do you think for your first seed funding?
We're looking around like 5 million.
5 million.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a solid seed round. That's a big seed round.
Yeah.
That's like okay, that's a big seed round. 5 million. Okay.
Yeah.
Any user traction yet, or is this still in beta?
So we have more than 500 users right now, or maybe
really?
around 500. We have some paying users, so we do have Basement Plus and Basement Premium subscriptions.
Yeah.
People can sign up for that to get like special perks, special badges, that type of thing.
And what are those paying users paying for? What's the functionality they
So
get?
like similar to how you get like Nitro on Discord, you get Basement Plus, so you get like deeper context windows, you get like a Basement Plus badge, like you're almost verified. And then you get access to all the new features that we're rolling out.
500 users, paying customers. Do you know how many customers you have already?
Like around almost 500. So it's like around 400. Oh, no, sorry. Customers, only 23 right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's still a start. That's great.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything that I've missed, guys, or no? Got it all. Where can people reach you if they're interested in investing in your seed round?
So you can go to basementbrowser.com/deck. You can look at our deck, and just reach out to Peroni-F5 on Twitter. We're also on Instagram. We build publicly every day. We launch a video of what we're doing. Nonstop Peroni on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Just reach out.
Awesome. Cool, guys. Well, it's really nice to meet you. Good luck, eh?
Great meeting you.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the show. So,
Thank you.
All right, guys. That was Welcome to Basement, a browser for the internet. I like it. With agents incorporated for buying, but no token yet on EasyA Kickstarts. Please note that, no token yet. All right, my friend, how you doing? Welcome to the show. What's your name? Chris. All right, Chris, I got a microphone over here before we forget too much.
Perfect.
Are you Australian by chance?
No, I'm Texan.
Texan. All right. I thought I picked up an Aussie accent. It was misidentified as a Texan accent. My bad.
No.
Hey, I had two guesses.
Yeah, you did.
Either Aussie, Texan, or like Albertan, Canada. So one of the three. Okay, man. Chris, what are you working on?
I am working on sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I'm working on like a agent attestation layer or like compliance layer for big institutions to put like a human back into whatever an agent would be working on to kind of sign off on it before moving forward with whatever data it's producing.
Okay, so what are they signing off on? What are those, those checkpoints? Are these contracts or are these like, where money's going to flow? How do you see the problem set that you're tackling?
Okay, so one would be if you're talking with big investment companies and they're looking to do business with someone they don't know.
Okay.
They're going to give them their wallet address. They'll send that address out into the compliance chain. When the agents go out, research the address, and we'll come back and be like, don't do business with these people. They're associated with whatever illegal activities.
Yeah.
And so like it'll come back, the person signs off like disapprove, like we're not moving forward with this, or approve, maybe.
Yeah.
And then that can be traced back to that like approver and saying like, why did you do that? You signed off on this. Everything that they do, everything they sign off on is all verifiable. So any disagreements, agreements, it's all auditable.
We've seen Aave got hacked for $300 million. And again,
Yes.
guys, I've talked on MCG. You guys know I've talked about this for a number of times. There's like 10 entities in the world that would withdraw $300 million at one time. So we need some steps in between, whether it be a cool down period, some way to authenticate, hey, this person making this big withdrawal is who we think it is or someone who's a good actor. There's also examples in, the insurance industry with a lot of fraud and people getting payouts that probably shouldn't be getting payouts. And there's even examples on chain of a agent called Lobstar, and some guy said, hey, my uncle is dying of cancer, like, can you send me $150? And that agent ended up sending his entire treasury of $400,000 to that person. So there's plenty of examples of, hey, a transaction needs to happen, verification should be there but isn't, and funds are sent and are lost, and that's a big loss to a business or a project. Am I summarizing the structural problem that you're trying to solve well?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, very, very well. That's better
Almost
than
too
I
well.
could. Yeah.
I got you. All right.
Yeah. That's all it is. I'm actually on the opposite of that. I love autonomous stuff.
Yeah.
Like personally, I'm fully autonomous.
Yeah.
But that doesn't work in the real world.
No, I got it. Okay, so tell me, what stage is your product at today? You're in the hackathon. Do you have a live token?
No, I mean that has just been built here.
Okay.
For the hackathon. Like we're not allowed to work on it until yesterday at 9 a.m. So
Yeah.
like everything will be built.
Of course, yeah.
So
I
think it's going
it will
well.
be revealed tomorrow,
Yes.
basically. Gotcha.
I got
gotcha.
nothing.
Gotcha. No. That's totally fine. No, I just want to know so the audience knows what stage you're at, right? You're building
Right.
for today.
Yes.
Guys, there's this afternoon, this evening, then tomorrow they are actually doing the judging revealing. At which time do you think that idea token might come into play for you? Because what I want is my audience who's watching, if they see what you're doing, they think it's interesting, they now know who you are, they know Chris, that they, can then either decide to participate or not.
So you're taking me back because I've never thought about any of that.
Okay, gotcha.
That's where my hesitation is. It's because
Yeah.
it's like I'm building for the sake of building.
Yeah.
And like I'm just a guy, like it's just me.
Yeah.
And I want people to just go out and build too. So like that's
cool, man. Hey, that's
I don't know how to like be like, oh yes.
Yeah.
I don't have
Well,
to.
tomorrow, if you win, though, is a little bit of a different story.
I would assume so. I just don't know
Yeah.
how.
No, hey, look, one step at a time. And I think you're
Yeah.
doing a great job being on a stream. And you'll go back from this. You'll kind of keep getting into the weeds. Hopefully, I've given you some ideas. And
Yes, sir.
yeah, man, Maru says, just build, bro. It's cool. It's cool, too, to build. Like, that's what we're here for. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's way more accessible now than ever.
yeah. How about tell me a bit about your background? Do you have a background in building crypto or insurance?
No, none. No
None.
background. My background is in science. Like I have a degree in molecular biology and microbiology.
A degree in molecular biology. I love it.
And so I brewed beer for a while.
Yeah.
That worked really well. I loved the micro like yeast and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I was in the lab and then I worked in the oil field.
Yeah.
Lab, oil field, all that stuff. So no
So you've worked
computer.
in labs but you've worked in academic or
Yes.
in industry, and
Yes.
so yeah, okay, very smart. I don't know anything about molecular biology, so there's that. Cool. Well, is there anything else you want to tell the audience? Where can they find you on X?
The X Verge.
Sorry?
The X Verge.
All right, X Verge on X, right?
On X, yeah.
Okay, that's your handle?
That's my handle.
Okay, at xverge on X.
At
Or,
the
sorry,
xverge.
At the xverge. Got it. All right, all
Yes,
right.
sir.
We got it for the audience. Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Good luck.
I appreciate the
No,
time.
of course, of
Thank
course. Thank you for coming. I'll take that from you.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, man, just build. That's what we're here for. Enjoy. All right, guys. Thank you, Maru, for that comment. I think, look, it's hard to build. You're putting yourself out there, and I know people on the internet are, watching as third-party observers, but man, it's tough building a company. I can tell you guys firsthand, building MCG and doing this with Dom and Chill and Cade has been really exciting, but also a lot of work creating a company. And shout out to our sponsors, EasyA Kickstart. They're the guys that got us here in consensus, put this hackathon. As you can see, there are hundreds of people here. I'm just going to grab the camera real quick, and I'm going to try and show you guys. I'll pan around here. So here you see absolute rows of tables. There we go. Rows of tables all the way back there are people building. We are right beside the Coinbase pavilion over there. So we got Coinbase over there. We have a CoinDesk section over there where Republican and Democrat representatives were talking about legislation that is passing. There's Dom. Yo, shout out De Niro Dom right there. Yo, peek the t-shirt. And then we have XRP right beside us and, the whole main floor here at Consensus. So, guys, there's a ton of stuff going on. The stage is over here. You can see Phil and Dom up there. One thing I'll say about Phil and Dom, really, really nice guys. I've been very impressed with the level of production and that they're doing here, as well as definitely the people involved. So, my man Dom, what's up? How we doing?
Doing good, man. I'm in the business of funneling projects here right now. So I'm just going through this large hackathon. Right now, people are starting to kind of go and check out some other stuff at Consensus. So, I'm not sure how hard Josh wants to go, but it's been 2 hours now. I think we got 1 or 2 more coming on, and we'll.
Now keep sending them, man. I'm good. I'm vibing right now.
Yeah, you are. You're doing good. No, I'll keep sending them, but like I said, we're running through them quick. So. Nonetheless, but it's been a good time. I can't wait to go and explore a bit more Consensus, but been a good stream. What are your takeaways so far? Had some good projects come through.
Yeah, man. Look, I think everything at hackathons is really early stage, and there was a void left with Believe where we wanted to see some really early stage ideas and companies. You can think Orgo, even when they started with Believe, they didn't even have a product yet. Spencer was still building that. Ben said, hey, launch a coin and start working on it. And he then had the ability to go do that. Even with Clegg didn't have their mobile app live. They were like really just an idea that Avi had. Now he had a real business in Neutrality and an idea of what he was doing. But again, really early stage. And now with the Launchpad Eco, it's all about, tokenized equity or meme coin launches or these other kind of launch structures, MetaDAO. But they're more further along.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of these really, really early stage projects and kind of catching one of them early and getting the right builder. You never know who one of these young people or early stage builders goes on to become and what they're building, right? So
that's what's exciting about this. It's like you're looking for the needle in the haystack, but if you find it, you could be looking golden.
Crypto Kitties came out of ETH Waterloo Hackathon. There's a number of massive crypto companies that have billion-dollar crypto companies that have come out of these hackathons. And you're going to hear about them on MCG Live before anyone else because we're here on the ground. So go follow at MCG Live on X. We stream Monday to Friday, and we're one of the largest live stream shows in crypto Twitter. So you guys know where to find us.
Shout out to sponsors. Let me
Shout
get
out
the
to
next
sponsors,
one.
man. EasyA, Collector and Crypt. My guy Buddha yesterday, Collector and Crypt. Not only did he have the rare Pikachu, but man, Collector and Crypt, $28 million in weekly revenue on MCG on April 6th. You saw that project, $8 million market cap, went up to $40 million. Wild run. They're absolutely on fire. And with that, we actually have our next guest here. My guy, how's it going? I'm Josh.
Hello. My name is Claude.
Nice to meet you, Claude. All right. I'm gonna get you a microphone right here, and you got to kind of hold it a little close.
I've got it
to yourself. All right, Claude. Let me know what you're working on today.
So we're building Wyconic AI, which is the world's very first AI venture capitalist.
All right.
It is designed to challenge the weak spots that current venture capital controls, which is sourcing deals, which is selecting deals, settlement, support, and liquidity, right? So VC controls all of those functions, but we believe that AI is able to automate and do all of those things 1,000 times better. All of the data is there to make every decision, as well as the best VCs on the planet. And so in terms of liquidity, for instance.
Maybe before we got too deep there, I'd love to hear maybe a bit about your background in terms of how you came to this idea and why you're building this. What problem do you think this solves from your own personal background?
Oh, so the biggest problem is that 60% of all VC capital goes into startups from 4 schools.
Yeah.
Stanford, Harvard, MIT, and NYU.
And soon to be EasyA hackathons like this consensus.
EasyA hackathons, exactly. So we want to democratize funding and spread it to the edges, the 4 corners of the earth, wherever innovation lives, and not just nestled into this controlled, gated community of investment. And so for myself, my background, I've worked in tech startups for decades, and I've had a couple exits myself, and then I became an entrepreneur in residence at Brown University, helped mentor startups there, and you just see the same worn path. And then as a traveled person, you find people with great ideas and great potential that are not receiving the opportunity. And so it's like the internet has done what? It's democratized information.
Yeah.
And so we live in this digital age, in this digital era, where we need creators to democratize everything that is not being democratized.
Yeah. And Claude, you said some things that were interesting. I want to walk it back a little bit. You had some exits personally, and you were also involved at the university level with some startups. Can you tap into that background real quick? What companies have you invested in, or can you maybe give us some ideas of who they are and what led to their story and their exit, and then also what university, a bit about the students that you've worked with before?
Yeah, so we'll start with the last one first. At Brown University, we have the Nelson Center for Entrepreneurship, and every year there's probably between 20 to 40 student-led entrepreneurial ventures, and we've had some significant exits that have come through the Nelson Center.
Got it.
One is Casper Mattresses.
Casper Mattresses, yeah, I know who. Yeah,
yes. They did $1 million in their first 30 days.
Of course.
Warby Parker as well. And then
Warby Parker, holy, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and so I love your energy.
Yeah.
I'm matching your energy.
Yeah, let's go, bro.
Let's go. Here I am. And so our Claude is here. So we've had some startups that have, like one of the founders invented the thumbprint concept for the early iPhones.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Thumbprint recognition. So we would receive mentorship from some of the top VCs in the world, and then we would distill that back out to the students. And then for my own, I had a startup called, it was Free Hive back in 2009, 2010, and it was a Groupon competitor clone. And so one of my first things about investors that really irked me was that I almost lost the company.
Yeah.
From an investor that came in and tried this really strong army.
Worked the contracts a little.
Yes. And so that really set me on a path of there needs to be something that's more balanced and more fair. That's a win-win for both the investor and the founder.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, like being an entrepreneur and going through the capital raising process is tough. It's a lot of negotiating, a lot of human elements that you almost can't really teach in a university setting. You have to experience it. You have to almost fail sometimes to learn those tough lessons. And as a founder, you really want to balance raising capital, raising from the right people that are adding value even beyond the capital, but also not giving up too much control, making sure you're keeping the real assets, which are your co-founders and your technical founders that are in parts. So you kind of are balancing all these elements. I know this because I've done it, and it's a really tough process. So let's talk about the actual solution that you have. I think the problem's pretty well understood here. Maru says, "Wow, Agent Fi, yes, another Agent Fi angle here." But what's the solution that you have? You're getting into the liquidity. Maybe briefly give us those 4 things, then you can get into them specifically.
Yeah, so let's talk about the liquidity. So what we're looking to do, we're releasing Solana 2022 NFT vesting tokens.
Got it.
For investors. So every startup is tokenized.
Yeah.
It's a scale pool. And what that means is that you can invest money for whatever vesting time that you want, and everything is transparent. So when you go to this scale pool, you can see how every startup is growing, one of the amazing things is that Wyconic is plugged into every email chain, every Skype meeting, all of the dashboards. So the data room, which normal investors would get every 3 months, is 24/7. The data room is live 24/7.
Wow. Okay, wait. So vesting is important because it can be milestone based or time based.
Right.
So is milestone based part of that process, like hitting certain revenue targets, customer acquisition?
Exactly. So there are different options that have different yields. So you can go for a time based, but there are more. You get greater yields if you go on a milestone based discovery, and we call that proof of scale.
Proof of scale.
Most stake pools.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right. I'm telling you, it's the soup du jour.
All right, soup du jour. All right. Continue. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's great about that is that when a startup is scaling, you grow as they grow, and you can see their returns, you can see their growth, but also people can go through and see meeting notes. Once you're invested, you gain access to, just like an investor would. And now the crowd, in addition to the AI that gives constant feedback, now there's RLHF, reinforcement learning with human feedback, because human eyes can provide judgment that AI sometimes misses. And so we believe it's a beautiful symphony between AI and having a human in the middle.
Right, and you're taking also kind of the trickiest data to get, which is that private data, which is the emails, the who they're meeting with. It's kind of the day-to-day flow of the business. And we know this with small startups. You know, in the morning, you could be running out of money, but in the afternoon, you close a big client deal. All of a sudden, the valuation changes like that. And
that's
so who's that data going to? Is that going to the investors, or what's the use case
it's
for
just
that
going
data?
to the investors and the AI.
Okay.
Right. And so the other thing that the AI does is help keeping founders in founder mode.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
Can that data be used publicly as well? And the reason I ask is in crypto, we have a lot of these companies that are private companies, but they do have a token component. So they have a liquid marketplace. One of the challenges is the 3-month reporting periods of public companies just doesn't work in this industry.
No,
I mean, if you have a roadmap that's 3 months, it's out of date at that point. The world
might as
moves
well
so
send a
fast.
raven.
Yeah. So is there an element where there could be more real-time information to the market using a system like that?
So for the investors, you do have real-time access.
Right.
The investors do. But for the general public, you have, instead of quarterly reports, there are weekly updates. But it's not the entire iceberg. You're getting the tip of the iceberg if you're external. But it gives you enough information and more regular updates on a timely manner that gives you information that you can use to make a decision. But then once you make the decision, you have access to the entire treasure trove.
And I'll give you some insights from our business. Is we have a lot of projects, really great founders, but how they engage with their token community is really not their skill set. And so they might do things like give updates on an irregular basis. And often that erodes trust with the token community. Whereas if there was a weekly cadence and it was kind of curated, it had some human oversight, and then that tip of the iceberg, the need to know, is getting out to the market. I think that would be really helpful actually for a lot of, and I can see this, the wheels are turning in your head.
Yes,
here.
it is. Can you make a note of that, Brendan? Thank you. Duly noted. You'll get a percentage of equity on that.
All right.
So here's one last thing I'd like to share.
Only on MCG Live.
So what we do as well, we have scraped and analyzed and psychoanalyzed every founder that has grown and scaled companies. And so our AIs, we have this multi-agent orchestration. So when advice is given, first the AIs have to debate against, there are conservative AI agents, liberal AI agents. And so they have to debate before a decision is given and rendered. So there's a lot of reasoning taking place back and forth. And so, but all that happens in the background, lightning speed. And the founders are, however, are able to go through and see the reasoning chain. And then they're able to have regular conversations with these AIs in their email, in their Slack, on their phones. They can call the AI agent and say, hey, what do you think of this? In the middle of a meeting, let's say I'm in a Zoom meeting with another founder or another investor, and they're saying something to me, the AI will give real-time feedback and insight to help you not make that queen, move that queen to E8. Right? It'll tell you, hey, maybe you should ask this question here. That person just said something that might have revealed one of their cards that they had in their hands. And that's something that regular founders would not be able to really unearth at the spur of the moment.
Okay, so I got to ask, you're in the EasyA hackathon. You're kind of we're midway through. There's still a day and a half left. Do you have a token that's live yet for the product?
No, we're creating, minting, destroying, playing around, testing.
Playing around, playing around and testing. Let's say you go through, you present tomorrow, you have kind of your idea baked in. What are your next steps?
So we already have an accelerator, and we're already managing and monitoring the impact of AI with our startups. And so we're capturing that value, even though we're not minting tokens for it, we are measuring it. And that calculus is easily transferable so that it's sort of like the pre-Big Bang. What was going on before the Big Bang? There was a lot of things happening before the Big Bang. And, so we're analyzing, capturing that data so that when we do have that Cambrian explosion, we'll have all of our I's dotted and our T's crossed and ready to go. So
You mentioned you're part of an accelerator at a university. Are you a professor or?
Not a professor, no. So no, Yconic is the accelerator.
Yconic is the accelerator.
Yconic AI is the VC. And it's also the accelerator.
Got it.
And
and it's associated with Brown's University. Is that correct?
So I'm a former entrepreneur in residence.
Got it.
2019, 2020, and half of 2021. I was the EIR there. And I love my Brown University community. But no, they're not officially sanctioning my startup venture. So
no worries. Just trying to get context. Any other
shout out to Danny Warshay,
Danny,
executive director at the Nelson Center.
Awesome. You should tag him when the clip comes out for
I will
that.
do that. Absolutely. He actually has a great book on entrepreneurship as well, but we'll start plugging Danny.
No, hey man, this is a live stream show. You can plug whoever. Cool. And I don't want to miss anything. So let me know if I'm missing anything here to kind of wrap this up.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. We do a lot of hackathons. Similar to what the guys at EasyA does. And it helps us. It's one of the best ways to source talent.
Of course,
source startups. And we are heavily biased toward product market fit early. A lot of our hackathons involve a 3-day sprint where people are not just building, but they're also going out, testing the market, sending messages, posting things online, and we're scraping and getting that data to find, you can find amazing early signals and customer interest. Even in a hackathon.
I agree. That's why we're all here, is to find that product market fit. Cool, man. It's really nice to chat with you, Claude. I really appreciate your time.
And just let people know as well that I am not Claude AI. So please don't send your questions that you would normally send to Claude to any of my social handles. I get a lot of those things. Even my friends, they'll send me messages.
What is your handle? Where do people find you?
So I actually have removed Claude. It's Arnell Millhouse on Twitter.
Arnell Millhouse on Twitter. All right. Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks, Claude. Shout out you. Great energy. I love the vibe. And yeah, man, it was good chatting with you.
Pleasure. This is an honor.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
See you guys. All right, that is Claude. And we'll have more details about what Claude's building tomorrow after the hackathon submissions are put in. Yeah, a lot of interesting stuff. Guys, man, that was 5, 6 projects coming through. 10? 9. Holy, that was 9 projects. You know how hard it is to context switch across 9 projects in like 2 hours? Man, my brain is just cooked. But guys, I'm so glad to have done this with you. We want to do this more often. I think it's really cool to be at hackathons, talking to projects, especially when they have live tokens for their ideas. And again, there's kind of a mix today of like projects that have been working a little bit on what they're doing, had been integrating some stuff as well, and kind of refining what they're doing. But tomorrow is the judging day. So tomorrow, what the plan is we're going to do a similar session to this where we see who wins, and those teams, we're going to stream that. And, you know, we'll get updates even from some of the teams that we had on today that specifically had a token in case those communities want to hear more. But shout out you guys, Maru, Top Fumbler, how's it going? Josh Grindin, yeah, of course. If you're at Consensus, like, come say hi. And we don't have any t-shirts left because you know, we gave them all up already. But DeFi FOMO, shout out you. YS23, thanks for coming through. Chusky, appreciate you joining the show. Soli, I've seen you around on X. Definitely hit us up if there's anything else that you're looking at you think is interesting. Crypto Jones, as always, appreciate you in chat. So guys, thank you so much. I don't know, Dom, what are we doing here? Want to sign off? We're cutting it here? Yeah, man. Dom's going to give a final word here.
I don't have much to say, but gonna get out there, kind of get on the floor of Consensus. If you guys are in the area, hit us up. We will link up, say what's up, see the boys. So I think we're just gonna get out there, talk to some of our friends in the area. I saw Adam from Star earlier. He said what's up, and yeah, it's a cool event. So we have yet to explore it, but there you go, 700 people. Josh, you crushed it.
Ah, thanks, man.
Now tomorrow we're coming back, and Josh will run it back again. Except hopefully you get to see winners. It with the winners. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure what time they announce the winners, but we'll try to get them coming on. So
there might be some fire tomorrow. I'm not even sure. Like, winners winning a hackathon. Man, there could be some fire. Fire stuff. Who do you think will win tomorrow? Will you be part of the judges? Top Fumbler, we're not. The judges are from Coinbase, AWS, Solana Seeker, and maybe somewhere else. So actually some really big participation here. Yeah. Who do you think will win? Ooh. I was really impressed with that GameFi one. I'm not going to lie. The gold token was kind of impressive. I think that's like a really, like, GameFi is like something crypto people really understand. I like the drone company. I actually think the drone thing is really cool. I mean, it's like every drone company who's building something to similar to Palantir is worth probably a lot more than Token, but these guys are very early stage. Keep in mind. Let's guess Lens for AWS. Yeah, they were the first one on, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I can't even remember what they were working on. My brain's so fried.
I literally didn't listen into anything because I was too busy.
Oh, they're doing agent payment verification network from Korea. Yeah, I think the interesting angle there is South Korea. Like, there's a lot of interesting stuff there that people just have no exposure to because of, you know, language or market. But yeah, I like PRX. Okay, High is interesting. HIIE. So funny enough, was chatting with them, helped them kind of iterate on the spot a little bit. Really like that idea of a launch pad for physical products, kind of going from ideation to your CAD designs to your things like purchase orders and paperwork, and then sending that out to a marketplace for contract manufacturing and then delivered to your door. And I think people just use AI, but they get stuck in the prompting phase. They get the drawings, but they don't know how to take it to the next step. And I think they have an interesting, he has an interesting take on getting that. My money is on the gal talking about Black's building.
Yeah, me
pyramid.
too, man.
Yo, the
Me
777, bro. I didn't even know that about that. Yeah, a slot machine for the Seeker Fund. I mean, could be lit. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. That's it's a.
We'll see. We'll see.
It's one of those ones.
All right, guys, we're signing off because we're getting silly. I want to go, go chill and chop it up with some people. So, anyways, see you guys. Thanks for your time.
Peace out, bro.
As always.
Back next week.
All right.